If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Right, good evening everyone and welcome to the second game of Convention of Roleplay. I'm James Corp and we're playing Numenera and Jay Will's running it, and it's going to be interesting because this is the second game Jay Will's run for me ever. Some faces you may recognise, some faces you might not. But we're going to go clockwise and then we'll go around to Jay Will, who will be last on the list. Richard, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Richard Marpole. I play RPGs, but then who doesn't these days? Also review and do a bit of RPG writing on the side.
You did Midlands, didn't you? Or had a hand in Midlands, if I'm right to remember.
I've written a couple of things for Middlelands, yeah, the Folk Magic of the Haven Isles and Bats of St. Taberns, which is just kickstarted.
Thank you. Monty?
Oh, I'm Monty. I've written a couple of bits and pieces for Numenera, but more recently I've written a couple of incursions for Trophy Dark and Trophy Gold. I'll be playing Vartin, the nihilistic Jack who embraces chaos.
Thank you. Jesse?
Hello, my name is Jesse. I'm a voice actor and kind of new to all of this. I'm going to be playing this dude, Dehos Par, who's apparently an Arcus, which I don't know what that means, but apparently it means I can talk to people well. So, yeah. So, hello.
Thank you. Ian?
Hi, I'm Ian. I've been a long-time role player. Don't have any claims to fame other than partaking in a few play tests. And I'm playing Kalo, who is a reluctant delve who fell from another world. A bit alien. David Bowie-like.
Jay Will?
I am Joel. I am the GM for this evening. I also do not really have a claim to fame, but I like Numenera. I like a lot of games. I'll admit I haven't run this in about a year, but hopefully we will have some good fun anyway. And James.
Well, sure stuff.
Yeah, but you didn't introduce yourself.
Well, I did. I just didn't introduce my character. I'm playing somebody, but we'll do that in a second.
Okay. We'll go around and do like character intros properly then. So, a few people have said what they are, but okay. So we'll start with we'll go in reverse then again. So Ian. So tell me a bit about Kalo.
He's a bit alien, really. He seems a bit funny to people when you look at him. Something not quite right about him. You know, like one of those Japanese animatrix doll things. And he seems to have a tentacle coming out of his ear, as if something's inside there, which happens to be his handy companion.
Definitely interesting.
He's not the outdoorsy type. More studious.
Okay. Jesse. Who is Dehos Par?
That's an odd question. I'm besides not really sure. He does look like an 8-bit kind of character that's made of squares, but they're all like different colored.
Yep, they are, as they call, glitched.
Okay, so I look very glitched.
I didn't know we were playing Wreck-It Ralph.
Maybe. I can't. I'm not sure. I've never.
That's okay.
But yeah, I'm this glitched out dude that's apparently immortal.
Yes. You wake from death, and you probably don't even know how many times you've died or how long you've been alive, or through the cycle.
Are you insane?
Maybe a little. I don't know.
We'll find out, no doubt.
Yeah.
Monty, who is Vartin?
Yeah, Vartan, in short, is a bit of an asshole. He just doesn't care about anything or anyone, really. Like, when you've had a run-in with the Iron Wind and survived, it's you either go one of two ways. You either embrace life and everything it has to offer, or you're like, I'm cursed forever now, so nothing matters. Martin went with the latter one. He's cursed. He tries his luck at pretty much anything. Gambler. And if he loses, doesn't matter because nothing does.
Okay, perfect. Richard, who is Kino?
Kino is a reborn nano who travels through time, so is rumoured not to be from the present, but from the distant past. And as a nano, he's kind of the magic user class, although it's probably techno sorcery or something like that. Various weird abilities involving time and the dark and vicious art of economics.
A very dark and vicious art of economics. And James, who is Rahiri?
I'm playing Rahiri, who is a glaive, a vigilant glaive that chases the wind. Former military, still have friends in the military, and I think I chase the rust. Is that? It says rust chaser, so whatever that means. So yeah, I think I'm someone that chases. What's the cloud? Is that the rust?
The Ironwind,
Yeah, is that what I'm chasing?
effectively.
Yeah, I'm a fucking. Have you seen the film Tornado? I'm one of them, but for the rust, for the
pretty much.
iron winds.
Yeah, you chase them.
I'm a fucking weather. I'm a weather forecaster.
Not a forecaster, but a Well, there is an actual term other than just like a chaser.
More like a weather salvager, really.
Death
Yeah.
wish.
You salvage from the destruction caused.
Oh, okay. I just pick. I'm a corpse picker. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good at finding diamonds in the rust.
I didn't know I was Aladdin, but okay.
So, got people with mixed experience in Numenera, as in like beginners, played a tiny bit, to people far more experienced, which is all good, of course. I think at a base the system is relatively straightforward, and I'll introduce people to mechanics as they come up, just so I don't really overload you from the beginning. So, is there any questions before we do start, or should I just jump into the intro?
Just as a quick reminder, an effort is that when you apply one effort, is that +1 or
So
3?
yeah, I'll mention it again when it comes up. But so effort is that allows you to boost your rolls by +3.
+3. So one effort is +3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and an asset is.
So
Wait,
let me go to your character sheet real quick, just so I can give some
Okay.
examples. So you have 3 effort as your limit, so you're able to apply 3 levels of effort.
Yeah.
The first level costs you 3 points from whichever stat pool you're using for that skill.
Yeah.
And each additional one costs a further 2, and so you can do that 3 times on a single action. If you did, say, a speed roll of something, and you wanted to boost the success chance, you'd apply a level of effort that would cost you 3. And because you have an edge, that would reduce how much you spend. But I'll mention it again when it actually comes to rolling, just because.
No, I was just trying to distinguish between effort and asset. I wasn't too sure.
Oh yeah, so assets just give you a straight bonus to a roll,
Okay. Right.
which will often be gained from you doing certain skills or that kind of thing, or someone
and
assisting you.
And hindered is down a level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hindered is it drags you down by -3. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
Now, I have a question about ciphers.
Yeah.
I have a pimp hat, apparently. Why do I have a pimp hat?
Well, don't you?
Oh, you do have a pimp hat. That's an oddity. Let me go back to your character sheet quick. I forgot about that. So you have an oddity, which is a feathered hat that occasionally makes bird noises. It doesn't do anything mechanically. You just have that, but it's a strange object, basically.
And it can be like a big pimp hat with a big plume of feathers.
If that's what you want it to be.
Okay.
It has basically no mechanical use. It's just cosmetic. It has like a bit of fun stuff to it.
I thought they're good
Is
for
it-
trade, aren't they, or something? I thought they were quite good for
Yeah.
trading and shit.
Oddities are often worth a bit in terms of currency, but shins, which have a currency in the ninth world, people are going to trade for what they deem fair. So what is 50 shins to one person might be 10 shins to someone else. Depends who you
So-
come across.
So go somewhere
like-
where it's hot and they have no birds and they might pay lots of money for your pimp hat.
And I mean, you have a person who's good at economics, so you're going to be set. Like they'll know where to take it.
Okay, so like the pimp hat can either be a pimp hat or it can be like a Roman like crest kind of thing. However,
It could be. The vague description is it's a feathered hat that occasionally makes bird noises. You can make that into whatever you want.
So what's appropriate? The pimp hat or the Roman crest kind of thing?
I
Or-
mean,
Yes.
I don't know how the prior civilization lived, so it could be either.
so it could be both a Roman crest and a
Could be
pimp hat.
it could be a Roman crest pimp.
I
hat,
think
yeah.
you're getting too hung up on this hat.
No, the oddities are they're the key detail that make the game fun.
Yes, this is the ninth world, and I think the entirety of human history to this point in the real world is still the first world. So there's like 7 human histories between us and these characters. So anything could have happened multiple times.
And can I just confirm, a cipher by definition is usable only once?
Yes. So ciphers they're basically one-time use spells, and generally, it's something that as a GM, I've always been bad at giving out ciphers. I always forget. But it's also it's a habit thing. Players need to remember they can use them, and they should get them often. And I need to remember as a GM I should give you them often as well. But I mean, I'll quickly cover just base mechanics of system as well. Like it's D20, everything's done in difficulties of 3. So if you need to beat a difficulty 3 task, you have to roll a 9 or higher. That's 3 times 3. If you need to beat a difficulty 4, that'll be 3 times 4. But I'll tell you, and the roll will effectively work itself out anyway. And I'll advise you on if you should probably boost something if you need to. Because yeah, you can boost with effort. You can gain assets from various things, other players, by doing certain abilities. And you also would just passively reduce the cost of things by whatever edge you have. The only other key thing I can think of is intrusions. So occasionally, just to make it a bit more interesting, I might throw a GM intrusion some player's way, or the whole group. And what that means is the person I'm doing this intrusion to, assuming they don't wish to reject, which they can spend 1 XP to reject the intrusion. If they don't, they gain an XP and get to give 1 XP to someone else. So they're pretty decent, and they'll make it a bit more interesting. They're not intended to just be like to punish you, but just make the game interesting. Players can also do their own intrusions. If you want to make sure you definitely succeed at something or do something a certain way, you can spend 1 XP and say, I'm doing this. And they'll say, yep, don't need to roll.
Okay.
That's base mechanics. I'll cover anything else as it comes up. Yeah, one final. Any questions?
Are we using a dice roller or our own
Yeah,
dice
so-
or whatever?
So on Roll20, pretty much everything on your character sheet should have a dice button next to it.
Ah, I
And
see.
you'll be able to
Brings up-
press any of those.
Yeah, it brings up a dialogue box saying if you want to apply effort or whatever.
Excellent.
I'll quickly, while I remember, everyone is supposed to have 1 XP. I gave 2 people 1 earlier, so I'll just steal that back.
Good. I'm just going to try a roll.
But yeah. Let us Oh, actually, Jesse, has it popped up about me stealing a card from you? It doesn't want me to take a
that
card.
was me. Sorry.
I know, I'm trying to take one as well.
I instead of like accepting it, I ignored it, so you'll need to do it again. So
It's not letting me. That's fine. I know you should only have one less anyway. But so, yeah, jumping into it then. Oh, there we go, that works too. So, everyone by default, I've given everyone 1 XP, and everyone starts at tier 3. So everyone is quite a bit stronger than an initial character, and in case I throw any intrusions your way and you just want to straight reject them or cause one yourself, I gave everyone that option. So, jumping into it, I'll start off with probably too lengthy intro that I gave on the page as well, the Warhorn page, and then we'll actually jump into what's happening. So, many from across the Ninth World have heard tales of the peculiar city of Rusthaven, although most chalk it up to being nothing more than an outlandish myth. As should be expected of a place with as many stories to tell as this, it is one very much apart from the rest. To some it's seen as salvation, to others it's decreed as damnation. But in reality, it can be said to be both, and neither. Respective fairy wild legion of nature of its features. After its sudden emergence on the edge of Leaden, life in the city of seafaring merchants has been torn asunder, as the self-obsessed wealthy demanded justice for the destruction of all their precious cargo in the harbour. Not to mention the presumed dead peoples that were once there too. There are few places that would make a worse home to the residents of this transporting settlement, not least due to its proximity directly next to the headquarters of Angulan Knights, the Sanctuary of the Eye. A sizable army has already amassed before the city, with sieges now underway seeking to breach the dome of Rusthaven, and ultimately destroy it and wipe out its iron-touched inhabitants. Encircled with an enormous sphere of transparent synth, the destructive, reconstructive, warping energies of Ironwind wrap itself around and appear to assail the protective shield surrounding the city, seemingly strengthening it rather than doing any harm. But not only this, these forces have begun to severely lash out with reckless abandon across Garn. Some hold belief that the winds themselves wish to keep the city safe. A rumour has even spread of a figure being seen inside, but whether these whispers hold true or otherwise, a major threat is on the doorstep for each of the two cities, and it will not be long before one ends up being taken out entirely by the other, whether by choice or not. Never before has the city of Rusthaven materialised within civilization, but there is certainly a first time for everything. Perhaps more nefarious means of the real cause of this, with its rival being manipulated somehow by those that would dare hurt others. With Avashok come in droves, and whilst pacifistic and viewed as crazy the most, they wish to help those under threat and trapped by the Angular Knights, offering their bodies up to the winds in order to try and make contact, in addition to making their own entrance into paradise, as they would call it. They've managed to secure a secret means of travel in and out to those that can make a difference. With the city anchored in place for the time being, aid is needed immediately. That is the probably too lengthy intro, but it's done now. You don't have to deal with it again. But hopefully it kind of gave a taste of what's going on. You're all part of this city of Rusthaven, and you've just been transported here. You're all a bit dazed, and no one knows what's going on in either city. So we immediately open up 3 days after Rusthaven's appearance on the edge of Leaden, as the group, all of you, is waiting your execution by the Angular Knights. So whether you are a long-standing member of the city or a more recent addition, they've deemed you guilty for crimes against humanity. You initially stumbled out after some confusion 3 days ago and were captured. And it didn't take long for the knights to round up any others that had to. And it almost seems as if they were prepared for this. They've denied your pleas and have shown no remorse to the feelings of citizens of Rusthaven. And now, with all barring one standing in front of a platform, you all know what's about to befall Dahos Pa, the Arcus of the group. Walking out of the main entrance of the Sanctuary of the Eye in unison is a group of knights, and you all recognise a prominent individual amongst them, Grand Knight Aladra, the Executioner. She stares at you, Dahos Pa, her gaze never falling from yours, as she appears disgusted by your presence. And she stands firm behind the liver next to the platform. in one swift motion, it's pulled, and nothing happens.
I'll laugh.
Everyone else can look up at the blade and see it stuck in place, surrounded by a swarm of nanites. How do you all react to that?
I'll laugh.
Oh, sorry, can I just confirm? We're in Resthaven or outside of it?
You're outside Resthaven, sorry. So
right.
you stumbled out a couple of days ago and were quickly arrested by the knights.
Oh, got you now.
Been waiting to be executed effectively. And this is the day they're just going to try it. And apparently it's already going wrong for them. So the blade was supposed to swiftly remove Dahaspar's head from his body. But it's not. There is a swarm of nanites preventing that.
I'm just going to laugh at them and go, ha ha, your equipment is faulty.
You can see the swarm that is like rapidly flying around there. And after a bit, they seem to be manipulating like the materials of the guillotine. And the top portion just slides off onto the ground.
Okay.
So, for the moment, Dahaspar is okay, and the rest of you seemingly too. The knights look at each other, and Grand Knight Eladra looks around as well. Give me... No, actually, I won't require it. Suddenly you hear in the distance what appears to be a large crowd running in this direction to the courtyard. It's currently walled off, and the only entrance is blocked off by some knights. But it's maybe another 30 seconds, and a swarm of you don't know how many Vashivok just come rushing through, pushing themselves past the knights.
What's a Vasharok?
They're just like a faction that effectively worships the Iron Wind. And they have come rushing through.
Are they considered enemies of us?
You probably wouldn't consider them enemies, but you might consider them strange. A lot of them would effectively offer themselves to the Iron Wind to try and enter paradise.
Is the Iron Wind upon us?
Pretty much.
Is the Iron Wind upon us then?
No, but you're from a city which has an Iron Wind surrounding it.
Oh, okay.
It protects the city. And so they probably see Rusthaven as some mythical place they would love to enter.
So in the confusion, can I try and like go for a weapon of one of the knights?
Yeah, I mean you're currently like bound, but
we're all bound, are we?
Yeah, you've all got like shackles on. But in the confusion, you probably are able to do something if you try.
Yeah, I'd like to try and grab a sword, and I'd like to then try and start freeing everyone who's been bound in this confusion.
Okay.
If
I'll
that's
say
okay.
that there's one of the knights that was kind of next to you is looking around at Vashvok, trying to like hold them off for a bit before it gets even worse and they overrun the courtyard. And give me a... I suppose you're trying to steal it with force.
Yeah, I'm not being subtle about it.
Yeah, give me a might roll then.
Just
a
might,
general
yeah.
might roll, unless you have something to help with that, but I don't think you do.
Just having
So can I help with this roll by like blasting the knight with onslaught? Can I do that with my hands bound?
You might need to like... So the hands are bound behind you, so it's... You're specifically bound behind you. Rahiri's are bound in front. They know that you're a nano, so they know you're a bit more dangerous. So you'd have to blast.
I've got that, which is quick
Right,
reaction, which means I can react before anything really happens.
So by spending 2 points from your speed pool, you can react to events almost before they happen, granting you an asset and speed defense. Yeah,
Okay,
wouldn't really help here.
No, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
Nobody cares about being hurt. I can use my aura of chaos, which just damages literally everything and everyone around me. Which will hopefully, with like,
is there a way out?
So, right now, the only way out seems to be where the Vashivok are coming from. But if you want to, immediately that was the only one. But if you want to give a perception roll.
Oh, I've got perception as a skill.
Yeah, I think you might be trained in it.
Yeah. So how would I do that one? The roll.
Yep. So if you press the dice next to it.
Okay, there you go.
And then pretty much just go through it with all the default options. Unless you want to boost it in any way.
I could boost it, couldn't I?
Yeah. So it's using intellect. You have an intellect edge of 2. If you wanted to spend effort on that to make it so that you roll 3 higher effectively,
that's only
you only have to spend 1 point. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll add an effort.
Mm-hmm.
So when it says effort, I just do 1, do I? I don't do 3.
Yeah. Oh. So you rolled a GM intrusion. We're already off to a good start with rolling a 1. So I mentioned about you get XP if I give you a GM intrusion, but you can also get GM intrusions by rolling a 1. And unfortunately, don't get XP for this. So something bad happens based on you doing this. So you're looking around, seeing is there any way out? And one of the Vashivok, who you presume are there trying to help you, may just rush past a guard and accidentally knocks you over. You're not. I won't make this too severe or anything, but they just knock you on the ground, and someone needs to help you up because it's a bit hard to get up when you're bound.
Do we have to roll higher or lower? I forget now.
Higher is better.
Okay. Right.
So these rolls also say like if you beat a certain difficulty, because that was the one you beat difficulty 0.
So I mean, basically, we've got these knights. How many of them around?
There's probably about 5 in this courtyard. There's 2. There was like 2 beside each of you. There's 2 that were like at the entrance and are trying to hold them off, along with the other 2 now for the most part. And then there's the Grand Knight.
And there's a whole bunch of these.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you had to guess how many Vashivok there are, 50, 100. I mean, I can't see how far back it goes from where you are. There's a lot of them. They are here and they mean business.
Do we have our ciphers on it?
You do not.
Oh, damn.
You do not currently have your equipment.
Okay, so I still want to grab this sword.
Yeah, you should be able to do that whilst they're trying to like just hold them back.
What do I need to get?
What do you need to get? In terms of difficulty, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can reveal that. So difficulty 3, we'll say this is.
3? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's beat a 9.
Oh yeah, because you can by 3. So I've got effort 2.
That's not too hard.
I've got effort 2. I can't remember. So yeah, it's been a long time since I played this.
Yeah.
Effort 2 means what?
So you can spend up to 2 levels of effort. So the first level would cost 3 points from that pool. The second level would cost 2 points from that pool. And any beyond would also be, you can only spend 2 because that's your limit.
And I've got edge 1.
So so that would reduce the cost by 1. So if you were spending 2 levels, which would normally be 5 points, it would cost you 4 points instead.
Okay.
If you spent just 1 level, you'd only be spending 2 points rather than 4.
Okay. I'm just going to roll because there's 50% chance that I can do it.
Yeah.
Difficulty is...
Let's just hope you don't roll a 1. So I'll be more severe on this one.
Effort to roll, nothing. Assets, nothing. Cost, nothing. I rolled an 18.
So, yeah, you did. So you beat difficulty 6. So you actually get special on this, but that only really applies to damage.
So what about if I grab it and just plunge it into his back? Or is that...
That might be a bit... If it was a major effect, I would let you.
Okay,
maybe even
right.
a minor, but... I'll say that... No, okay, no, you know what, I'll say you pull it out and you accidentally graze him. And you make him bleed slightly. But you have this sword.
Or
What do you
perhaps
do with
I
it?
cut as I pull it out, I like cut the shackles with it.
I'll allow that on this roll, yeah.
Good move.
So you no longer have shackles. And the knights have not noticed yet. Aladra's like kind of run back into the main tower, and is probably calling reinforcements back immediately here.
Okay. I'm going to start cutting everyone's bonds as quickly as I can.
Okay.
I'll start with whoever's closest to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that you can basically remove them from everyone without issue.
Are these Vashavok actually attacking us?
They're not attacking you, but they're trying to get past the guards.
All right. Do they look like they're going to attack us?
Your assumption would be they're actually going to help you. You would assume that's probably why they're here, if you had to guess.
Okay.
So who was closest to me? I zoned out.
You've unbound everyone.
Okay. I'm like, do we know where they put our stuffs, by the way?
It is all your ciphers are in a chest, which is not very safe, next to the tower, so you can take those back. Your equipment and stuff is just inside the entrance, which you can get into at the moment. It is open, but you would not be able to get anywhere.
All of the ciphers from everyone are inside the same chest.
It's not safe.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
Yeah.
Just for context, if there's a lot of ciphers in one place, there's a good chance they'll just like blow up, cause a rip in reality, something to go wrong. So it's in your interest that you actually take these ciphers.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly dive and rummage around to grab my ciphers out then.
Yep. And yeah, your equipment is currently just in the base of the tower, and if you glance in, there's no one there, so you can grab your stuff.
So these guards are completely oblivious to us right now.
They are focused on the Vashavok. They are trying to make sure they do not get past. Their assumption would be they're trying to get into the tower.
Okay. Right. Well,
This is like the main HQ for the Angular Knights.
Yeah, I figure I just the others. Like, I don't care who the hell these guys are, but while they're busy, let's get the hell out of Dodge. we've got to get out of jail free card.
What's Dodge?
So you've got all your equipment. How do all of you expect to get out whilst the knights are trying to hold them off?
Worst case scenario, I'm going to repeatedly use warp on a wall or something, like just randomly nano warp it into like.
Guys, I've got a travel bubble which we could all hop in and get out of here. It's got a force field and yeah, it can go up. Can we go up? Yeah. Get out of here? Is there
you could do that?
Go over a wall or something?
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, there's no reason you can't do it.
Is there anyone else who's got anything that could get us out of here?
Holodeck, do the knights have any vehicles? Like,
no, not in like this courtyard area.
Anything up the tower?
You might. There's no like vehicles in the tower, but I imagine if you go higher up, there's stuff that you could be interested in, but it's probably not too good of an idea for you to go in there right now.
No, probably not. No. Yeah, unless anyone's got any better ideas or offers any better options, I'm gonna find the nearest like wall basically and just try and walk my way out of there.
Well, I've got this travel bubble. It can take a number of people. It's like a little.
How many people can it take?
Little big hamster ball thing. Well, it says any targets that can fit into a space and immediate distance, which I think is a few meters.
Yeah, I mean it's a level 10 travel bubble to be fair, so I'll say you can all fit fairly fine.
Oh yeah, snug.
All right.
And this can just hover you over pretty much.
Yeah, it's like a big hamster ball, and we can all just hamster over the wall.
We're just going to zoom our way out of here. Yeah.
Anyone else got a better idea?
Good to me.
I think we've
all right, we'll do that then. I'll activate my my travel bubble.
Yeah. So just press that there, and everyone can see what it does. Yeah. Tell me how you activate it.
well, I'll gather people together and I suppose what is it? It's going to be some sort of wrist thing. You slap it and this bubble appears centered on me, encapsulated everyone. And then it's like one of those, what do they call it, absorbing things? Just run up. It goes up a wall as well. Says it can go up as well. So
yeah,
I will take it up and over a nearest wall and away for 10 hours.
You just decide, you know what? We don't need to be here anymore. Let's go elsewhere.
Right. We're actually outside of Rusthaven, aren't we? We're in.
Yeah. So
We're
you're on the city where, like,
yeah.
So Rusthaven effectively obliterated part of the city of London that it appeared in, and you're just out. Yeah, you're outside Rusthaven.
I've some kind of a navigational skill as well. Find the way.
You do.
You need to decide where we're going first.
It's up there. Oh.
Yeah. Side note: hopefully Richard unfreezes soon.
Okay.
I mean, we can go to a break now anyway. Do you think, James?
Sure.
See if Rich comes back.
Sure. Right, we'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Excellent.
10 minutes? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Right, back shortly. Don't touch that dial. We're back. We're back with part 2. A little bit late, a little bit of technical issue. It does happen from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, jumping back in. Yeah, just a quick recap. So, you all escaped effectively in a hamster ball, a transport bubble of sorts. You've hovered out of the courtyard and hovered back down to the ground, presumably. And that is where you all are now. Outside and relatively safe right now from being executed. And if anything happened with the Vashivok. So, what is your immediate first thing you would typically do? Like, well, yeah. What'd you do now that you're out?
Well, where can we go where it's safe? Who know? Does anyone know the area? Like, is it the city that's like not safe to go to then, or is it?
So you're in the city of Leaden, which it's seafaring merchants and a lot of wealthy people. And then there's the sanctuary, which has all the knights. You're probably safe right now because of the chaos happening here, but you may not be able to get into Rusthaven.
Okay.
I've got a find the way ability, which might. Oh, there is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anyone wants, I can try and find a suggestion about where we should go.
Well, can't we enter the? Can we not enter the city in the giant hamster wheel?
Yeah, it lasts for 10 hours.
Not conspicuous at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the fastest of things. Like, it probably a couple, like, I mean, not a drastic amount of time would have passed when you had to go up and back down, but it wouldn't have been that quick. And the bubble itself, I mean, if it was suddenly floating towards this weird city that just appeared, people would notice. Also, it's probably quite dangerous to do that because it's surrounded by the iron wind.
Oh, I'll pop it.
Let's not go into an iron wind. There's a good chance that we won't.
Like, you're usually safe inside the bubble, and the wind seems to protect it. But if you just go up to it, that's probably not a good idea.
All right. So what should we do then?
Are you talking about if we want to exit the city and go into the Iron Wind?
Yeah, to return into Rusthaven. But once you're in Rusthaven, what would you do anyway if you got in there?
Yeah, basically the situation is Rusthaven's kind of teleported directly into this other city. So normally it would teleport away, but nobody knows why it's here in the first place. We don't know when it's going to leave, and while it's here, it's going to be attacked by these Angular Knights.
Do we want to get back into it though?
Well, it's our home, so I mean, we could just go screw it. Like, it's the whole thing's like, this situation is terrible. Everything's gone wrong. There's no saving it. So let's just leave both of these cities to whatever happened to their fates and do whatever the hell we want. Or we could go, let's try and figure out how to get Rusthaven to teleport somewhere else so that it's safe.
Well,
or we could go, well, the real problem here is the Angular Knights. So let's take them out. I mean, 6 guys versus an army is probably not going to end well. But hey, I'm willing to roll the dice on that.
As a time expert, I can point out that that didn't go so well last time, hence how we were nearly executed.
Yeah, but now we've got the benefit of hindsight.
I already had that and it didn't help. But I don't like the way this timeline is going. I suggest we try and derail it, and the best way to do that would be in Rusthaven, closer to the Iron Wind.
Well, if we can get Rusthaven to teleport even further into the city and spread its Iron Wind throughout the whole city, I mean, apart from the mass casualties that would cause, I mean, that would certainly cause some problems for the Angular Knights.
All of you, whilst you're having this conversation, give me a perception roll. So you might have it under skills, but if you don't, it will just be an intellect roll.
Say all of us or just one of us?
All of you.
Okay.
Is it seen through deception?
What's the difficulty?
No. I'm not telling you.
Well, I know I'm asking because I have the skill, but specifically
Yeah,
said.
no, I wouldn't say it's seeing. It's more like if you notice something.
All right.
I rolled a 9.
So
So
it would just be a normal intellect roll unless you have it. A Rahiri be a difficulty 4. Kino be a difficulty 2. Vartan be a difficulty 2. Daspar be a difficulty 2.
Are we all doing perception or?
Yeah, but if you've got perception, then roll perception, but if not, intellect.
I'll spend 1 intellect to re-roll it using my late.
Oh, blimey, I got another 1.
Oh no!
No.
What you don't know is Jay will set your perception up to do roll a D1. I bet you.
Always roll one. So you're using your late inspiration, which only costs you 1 point, doesn't it? Yeah, you can just re-roll that, and you have an asset. That's pretty good.
So that's free because of his edge, is that right? Effectively.
I think it makes it cost 1 for him because he has an edge of 2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, he has 2 in intellect, 1 in might. You be a 6 that time. No, a 7. No, a 6. Yeah, it's 6. Sorry. Yeah, because it had the asset. So all of you except Kalo, Dahaspar, and Kino. So okay, I'll say all 2 of you. 2 you noticed. So Rahiri and Rahiri and Vartan, you hear like a bird whistling sound.
His hand.
And you look over at Dahaspar and you realise he's not wearing his hat.
Where's your hat?
And like you look around and you can feel that the whistling is coming from elsewhere. And you can point out, like you can point where it's coming from, especially Vartan knows immediately where the sound's coming from. And it's inside like a house just next to you that has the door left open. Now, you didn't notice anyone here with you, but anyone else, but it seems they somehow got the hat when you landed.
Does that sound just like your hat? Or probably your actual hat if you can't find it coming from that house. Maybe we should have a look.
You know, your
Oh,
big
and
hat.
for the GM intrusion, you most definitely do not hear anything, and you're probably like all still you're deciding what to do, and you'd rested the bubble on the ground, and you were really unsure. Like, should we go back to Rusthaven? You stayed in the bubble, and it seemed to just suddenly start getting pulled towards Rusthaven by itself, whilst you're still in it.
Oh dear.
You were probably only slightly off the ground, so you can jump down. But if you decide to jump down, the ball will immediately drop on you.
Well, can't I just pop it?
It's a bit too strong for that.
No, I mean, can I just deactivate it? It's my bubble.
The controls are not quite that sophisticated. The deactivation is it will drop to the ground. So if it senses no one in it, or you press the button, it drops just rapidly. But it's not. It won't be that high. You can actually jump off safely. But it's the fact it will land on you is the problem.
Okay.
You might need to see if you like shout down at someone to help you before you get even higher up.
Okay. Help!
Okay.
I'm floating away in a big bubble.
Does anyone have a way of helping?
I'm going to point to him, and I'm going to mention to Alondra, help, and let her go.
So I'm assuming that I couldn't try and say mess with my gravity nullifying spray to change it so that it would stop this bubble's anti-grav powers and just make it land on the ground. Is that
So
more of a seeker
it floats
thing?
in the air permanently and no longer has weight if carried. So
Yeah,
it will just make it float there.
So yeah, can I like tinker with the cipher, or is that not something that my class can do?
I'd allow it, but it would be a higher difficulty.
Okay, I might leave that then because it could probably get horribly wrong.
I mean, you could still use it to spray it, and it would just sit there. Then it won't fall on him when he jumps out.
Okay, you know what, I'll do that. Let's just use the cipher. So I just go, I see the problem, and then just spray the bubble. You should be able to jump down now.
Yeah, you spray it, and he can get out.
I
about
will mark that as used. That's okay.
Yep.
It's nice to remember to use
And,
this cipher.
It is just floating there. The gravity nullifying spray also makes it so that it has no weight if carried. So if you want to take this giant hamster ball with you, if you can like somehow pull it down, you could. Or you just have a giant like balloon.
Yeah, get a bit of string. You can walk
Oh.
around. It's like a fairground.
If it's okay for
You
someone
can
to have
get the
some
Grand
rope,
Knights, shove them in there. They're your
Yeah.
pet now.
if it's okay to have some rope, I'll just try and lasso it and bring it along.
Everyone, I think, has an explorer's pack. Actually, maybe
cool.
not everyone. But I'll say you effectively have rope anyway.
Yeah.
You'd be able to do it. So you can use this as a
Okay.
balloon.
I will.
Can we go and find out where this
Yeah.
that is?
That's right. So I shall drag the ball along and say, I shall call it Sandra. I refuse to explain this in any way.
So you're gonna investigate the case of the missing hat?
Yes.
Okay.
House off windows.
It does, but there are some quite posh curtains inside blocking your view.
Right.
Mind you, it's not like this isn't one of the fanciest of houses, but it's not.
Middle class house.
It's not a Rusthaven house.
So what sort of house is it then? Was it? Why is it here? And
So because you're in a city.
oh, okay, all right. Ignore my stupidity then.
I'll just go and knock on the door. Like, you know, what
Yeah. The door was slightly open anyway.
So was it a jar then, not a door?
Did my head in. Go, hey, what's going on here? I think you got what? I think you got my friend's hat.
You pop your head in, and you see there's an individual sitting there on a chair, just wearing the hat, and like whistling back at it, not quite as well. And they turn to you, and you saw the Vashivok before, and you know of them anyway, and maybe you were previously one as well. This is definitely one of the Vashivok. And they immediately snap their gaze to yours and say, "Oh, sorry, is this your hat?" Oh, of course it is, and goes up to you and hands it.
But I pass it off to our resident Arcus.
They say, weren't you just in there? And pointing towards the courtyard.
Who are you?
I'm my name's Samram. I came here to help you all, along with the rest.
Did you say Sanron? Is that what you say your name
Samram.
was?
I'll type it in. Samram.
Oh, Sanron.
Obviously, well, we didn't get
What?
executed, so that's
Why
So far,
did
so
you want to
the
help
old-
us?
but
Why wouldn't he want to help us?
Because you're from Rusthaven.
All right. What do we owe you?
You see, like his eyes are like fascinated by all of you. And in particular, he looks at you, Darspar, and he like looks at your cubes. He's like, "That could be me."
hey, you I mean, this guy's already pretty like enamored with us, right?
Yes.
So I guess so what else can you do for us? Like we're stuck in this city, like Rusthaven's stuck here. We need to sort this situation out because
We do have a way for you to get back into Rusthaven. We don't dare go because we're not worthy yet. Winds need to allow us. But you can go. But I don't know if you can do anything from Rusthaven.
that's what I was thinking. So like, how do we get Rusthaven out of here?
This guy's in a Vashibok.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's Vashra. He's one of them. So he's very much enamored by all of you and by the Ironwind in general.
Or if we can't get Rusthaven out of here, how do we get the Angular Knights out of here? Because they're the real problem.
So
Any ideas?
about that, and he like just to the side on the table, there's a broken device. And he says, "So this has their symbol on it," and hands it to you. It was found
I'll
nearby.
pass it off to the Nano because I don't know nothing about this stuff.
I will give it a judicious science poke and see if I can work out what it is and what it does.
It is a difficulty 4.
Okay. So this would be understand Numenera?
Yep.
Okay. Which I'm trained in. Let's see. But no, I have an edge of 3, so I can use 1 effort on this for free. Is that right?
Yes, you can apply effort for free.
Okay, excellent. No assets, so okay.
So you beat a difficulty.
Does it automatically add to the trained?
I think so.
You don't actually have to specify it.
If you're clicking in the right part of the sheet, I think it knows.
So you rolled a 12, which beats the 4 anyway.
Oh, yes, it does. It does.
Yes, you succeeded in without it, so. But yeah, you would have beat a Yeah, you would have beat a difficulty 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're fine on this. So
Excellent.
you're studying this device. It is broken. Like, it appears that when Rusthaven just popped up here, a lot of destruction that came with it kind of like shoved things across Ledon, and this was one of them. But upon investigating it a bit, you discover it's a pylon. One that is a part of 3. You don't know its exact purpose, but you would presume, considering it has the Angular Knight symbol on it, it is something to do with why Rusthaven sits.
Right.
You do know the location of one of the other pylons, but not the third.
You say pylon.
Yeah, it's probably about not too big. But it's like this big,
Oh, right, okay.
about the size of my head. And it's currently split in two, but it's been able to study and work out where the location of one of the other ones is, and it seemed to be used to transmit a signal of some kind, but you don't know
Right.
anymore based on this one pylon.
There are
Can I
these additional pylons.
Yeah. Can I fix it?
You could try.
Oh, if only we had a right.
I'm going to assist him if he does try.
Okay.
Wait,
How are you assisting him?
Is there another character who's better at fixing Numenera than I am?
That would be that would be a right, but we don't have one of them.
Ah. Then I shall just use my science magic instead. So now this isn't really understanding Numenera, is it? It's trying to
No.
fix it. So
I mean, to an extent, it is, but
up to you.
I would say based on you know a bit about it already. You can't use roll again to get anything else out of it.
Okay. So
and
right, can I still attempt to fix it?
Does otherworldly knowledge help?
For this one, I would say no. It is of the ninth world. What were you saying, Jesse?
He gets 2 assets from it instead of 1.
Oh, yeah. How are you supporting him with this?
I am a pair of hands. I am letting the wind flow through me and trying to figure out where to put things and how to help. Good. I don't know. I'm just helping him.
I will. So this will be difficulty 5 for the nano to do. And to successfully assist, I will make it difficulty 3.
Okay. Now I have an
So
esoteric
if you
called.
want to roll intellect, presumably.
Yeah,
Dallasbar?
just going to ask.
sorry.
I have an esoteric called anticipation, which I can look ahead to see how my actions might unfold. The first task you perform before the end of the next round gains an asset. Would that apply in this case?
Yes.
Excellent.
And I'm
So should we do the assist roll first?
We'll do the assist roll first, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So Dallasbar, you'd be going with intellect, so you'll be spending. You're going to do effort, you said, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to spend 1.
Yeah. So you have the edge of 2, so you only have to spend 1 point in your pool.
Hang
And
on.
then
I have a shoulder-mounted launcher. The device becomes a multi-armed sphere that floats. It repairs one designated Numenera device of a level equal to or less than its own that has been damaged but not destroyed. The repair unit can even create spare parts unless the GM rules that the parts are too specialised or rare, in which case the unit repairs the device entirely except for the specialised part. Repair time is
Excellent.
1d100 days. 1d100 plus 20 minutes. What's the
you could use
level?
that.
What's the level of the?
That might take longer, but you could use that as well.
It's level 6 as well, so it's quite a high level.
You'd be able to use it. It's just depending how long it would take. I mean, actually, we can do the repair time now, so you know how long in advance it takes. If you want to do a D100 roll plus 20, then you can decide do you want to have the nano and the Arcus do it, or do you want to use the cipher? Because it might end up being it takes 2 hours.
I'm just trying to figure out what
66
might be
minutes.
hostile around.
66 minutes.
That's not bad.
That's an hour.
Well, shall I
I
have
think
a
the
go in the
nano and
meantime?
Arcus could repair it faster, yeah.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Assuming they don't straight out destroy it.
So I'm guessing that was a failure for the assist roll.
Oh wait, so did you do the assist roll? Sorry, yeah, you did. So you rolled. Yeah, no. So you beat a difficulty 4, which I think,
Okay.
did I say it was 4?
You said it was 3, didn't you?
Yes, that's fine.
Grand. Okay. So
He gets 2
I
assets.
will.
That,
So I
that
get
means
2 assets.
that means beats difficulty 3 or higher, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Grand.
I remember you can
So
always
2
spend
assets,
points.
and that's an intellect roll, and I can spend my effort for free again.
Yeah.
Grand.
You're effectively getting +9 to it for nothing.
So, and difficulty
Because
5.
Dahas Pass succeeded, and you get for free effort.
Effort, assets 2. Fingers crossed. Success, just.
You beat... Yeah, you did fine.
Excellent. So you can keep your repair module for now, James.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah, you beat difficulty... Yeah, you beat difficulty 7.
Thanks to the help, Jesse.
oh,
So, you do this. Yeah, so you've repaired it and can glean a bit more information from it. As soon as it's repaired, it kind of starts to make a whirring noise and kind of holographically around it, you see some numbers appear. And you already know, like, these are coordinates. It is providing you only half the coordinates. But the other information you get from repairing this is that it was most definitely used, you know, for now for certain, in getting Rusthaven here.
So the knights wanted it here.
Yeah. And they did seem to be prepared for it, considering how fast they rounded you up and had so many here.
So the knights have summoned this city here so that they can kill it. This is a city assassination.
It's a possibility.
Probably a word for that.
that's a thing.
It is now. Back when
Okay.
I was from, it was definitely a thing. It might not be a thing in this timeline.
Oh,
I mean,
So does Jesse's character look like a giant Rubik's cube? Is that what he looks like?
yeah.
I mean, if that's what Jesse wants for his
Can we
character, yeah.
can we
Well, not
spin
a
bits?
Rubik's cube. It's like, you know, but it's got the bunch of squares.
It had a really bad running with it, like a waffle iron. It's like,
So I just wondered if he could
Yeah,
like
what-
he holds his hand out and we all just like start trying to solve the puzzle in his hand.
With this newfound knowledge, so you did actually already know where one of the other pylons was, one of the 3. Well, so you have this one, there's 2 others, you know where one is for certain, and you have half the coordinates for the 3rd.
okay. To the pylons, he points it. Which
Do
will
you
somehow
wanna head-
help.
You want to head to that pylon?
let's do it.
Okay.
Looks like this is somehow related at the very least. So maybe once we get all 3 of them, we can do something to
So
push Rusthaven away.
you know from the direction you go in then that you'll swiftly meet the ocean. Right, you're on the edge of Ledden as it meets the sea. And that's exactly where the pylon is. So, how do you plan to get it?
Question. If only we had a floating bubble that we were carrying around with us.
How tall is this thing?
Hmm?
How tall is the pylon?
How to, like, size of your head. Not massive.
Okay.
I mean, would anything prevent us from using the bubble as a sort of boat?
The bubble probably won't last much longer, but you could probably get a tiny bit of use out of it. But you'll probably need to go. I mean, you'll probably need to use that as a submarine.
Right. Are there, like, if we go to the docks, are there any kind of submarines there?
Funnily enough, no.
Well, if people don't mind me really, really gambling with their DNA, I can I can keep repeatedly trying to mutate you until we get one that allows us to breathe underwater or not need to breathe at all.
And the next suggestion is
Sorry, how tall is it again? Sorry, I've zoned out.
Pylon's like the size of your head. It's
All
not
right.
big.
Where do we need to put it?
Put the pylon.
Yeah.
No, we expect it.
You need to get the second one.
Where is the second one?
In the ocean, in the sea.
How far away?
So, Rusthaven itself extends into the sea a bit because of where it got placed. It's probably about the same distance as the other one was, which it's only like it's really not far. It's about 20-30 meters away,
Oh, really?
but underwater.
so. Could our bold leader convince some of the Vashrocks wandering around to form some sort of human chain to reach out and retrieve the pylon?
I mean, they will definitely volunteer for mutation. So
I've got.
Blessings of the Iron Wind, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, let's do it. No, yeah. We'll bring the Vashrok we first met. We'll bring him along with us. I'll go, right, we need to get in the sea and get this pylon. How do you fancy getting blessed by the wind? It might help your and then if it blesses you in the right way, you can help us get this pylon.
I've got something
Aha.
that might
You
help.
got to. Okay. What?
So can I do that?
Rigid wall projector. So let's see. Creates a wall of supercooled air up to 30 feet by 30 feet. Inflicts damage to anything that goes through it. I mean,
And it says it lasts for 10 minutes. It could generate a wall that pushes it back. I don't know.
I mean, I guess maybe what you could do is create a wall in the sea so that it freezes the area around the pylon, creates like a tunnel of ice down to the pylon. But we still got to go through the water, and now it's going to be super cold water. So I don't know. However, it does give us a place where we can kind of park above it. But equally, we can get that if we just get a boat. I guess.
I've also got this as... Oh, I can't show it either.
Okay. The Vashavok.
yeah, Vashavok, yep.
Got that one as well.
I take it because they live near the water, they have boats and they can.
So the Vashavok don't live near water, but they just came here because they heard Rusthaven was here. But this city itself is a seafaring city, so there is boats.
And if
There are,
there's-
I've had enough discussions. I'm going to go to the nearest boat, Captain. And go, right, you're giving me your boat. We need it. I'm just going to intimidate him.
Yeah, I mean, you probably won't have a hard time doing it, honestly. Like, right now, with all that's going on, they can immediately tell you're from Rusthaven. Difficulty 2.
Right. Well, I've got what the hell? I will spend a point to use intense interaction. Gives me an asset on intimidating, persuading people.
When the archer
You're right in their face.
I'm also got let's see, what else have I got? I've actually got an inability at pleasant social interactions, but this isn't pleasant.
And you wonder why.
Yeah, so I'll spend that point to make it a 1 that I need to do.
Oh, just for reference on that dead inside that you have as a skill, that it doesn't strictly allow it there because you can only have the inability, but that is supposed to be 2 steps. So
Yeah, luckily this isn't pleasant.
yeah, feel free to roll your intimidate.
Cool. So
Does the Arcus have anything
so I
that
should
can help
just
with
roll
that?
intellect.
Does the Arcus of anything? I would imagine so.
Jesse, you got anything there that'll help us get some help?
Well, I'm gonna stand behind Barton with my imposing, flowery, feathery fucking hat, and just kind of fold my arms and just kind of, I'm gonna strongly suggest maybe they should be the ones to fish out the pylon as well.
So they are being intimidated by you, and they see the Arcus behind you with the face as well, and they're already pretty intent on just handing over the boat immediately. And then they see the cubes, and they're just like they're running for it.
Thanks. Right, got ourselves a free boat. Let's do it.
Excellent.
Do you know how to pilot it?
We got a nano. The answer's yes.
Oh, okay.
They can do everything, right?
In time, yes.
In time.
I will. If no one, does anyone have a boat skill or a piloting skill?
I'll be honest. I don't think it will require intense control to do this, and you don't have to get far. So
Excellent. Okay. Now, how far down is this this pylon?
it's probably.
Can I just say, I'm not too keen on going out on a boat. Can I stay on the dock?
Dun.
I have an inability in swimming.
Yeah, I'll stay with you as well.
Don't go in the
'cause-
water then. It's fine.
yeah, I'll stay.
I'll stay on the dock if you don't mind and watch them.
I'll stay with Kayleigh just in case. You never know. We don't want him getting jumped or anything.
Okay, so you two are staying on land.
Yes, please.
So the other three of you then. Aspar, Vartan, and Kinor. So you are on this boat, and you're making your way.
And
And you feel.
my follower.
Oh, you have. Sorry, you also have a follower. Yes. You have. We forgot the whole time you have a lander as well.
Could we carry something heavy onto the boat without sinking it?
What, like the pylon or something else?
Pylon works. Is the pylon particularly heavy?
The pylon's not that heavy.
Okay. Does
I
it
mean,
look?
it is holding Dejos Par's ego, so
Fair enough.
doing a good job with it.
Yeah, he has the right to have quite the ego. He comes from a very good line.
Yeah, you heading for this pylon?
Yeah. Is it something we'd have to swim down to?
It is about, let's say, 5 meters down.
Oh, okay. In which case, I suggest that we just.
As you get
Lean over.
closer,
Mhm.
give me, everyone on the boat, give me a perception roll.
Ah.
It's going to be a real low difficulty. You got to beat a difficulty 2.
Yeah, don't say that.
No, never mind. Martin didn't notice shit.
I'm going to use that ability to re-roll again.
It's intellect, isn't it? So I'll use effort.
Yeah, you could do that for free.
I'll get master.
Let's see. Success, and success. Okay, yeah, you all notice it. Probably Vartan like glances over and was like, "No, nothing there." Then glances back. Wait a minute. You see what appears to be like fins poking out of the water.
Ah.
Or moving.
There's 3 like fins. They're just going around.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Oh, look at that!
Nice.
I'll just get the coat. That's what you need. That's now what you should be saying.
So, how do you react to this?
Destroy them. Right.
You just warp them immediately.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, give me a roll if you're doing that.
They'll soon reveal themselves as friendly if if they take damage. Right.
Friendly mer people who are here to just make cakes
You
and
don't
heal
outright
everyone.
Kill them. So you be a difficulty 1. You go to warp them, and it doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah, rubbish.
So I have an oddity that's a crystal can that makes everything taste delicious. So if I drop that into the sea,
Salt
now
water has never tasted so nice.
They'll eat the boat.
I mean, presumably it would make the seawater taste delicious as well, but I don't know. It doesn't say in the description, but I'm perfectly willing to believe it only makes the stuff directly inside the can taste delicious, rather than just spreading the deliciousness across the sea.
So are you putting anything in the can?
If I don't think that it'll just spread to the whole water, then unless anyone has some poison or something that they're not they're holding out on me, it's probably not going to work. Although,
What happened to the? Where's the sea
I do-
gone? We ate it. It was too delicious.
yes, yeah, we're just gonna put all of these artifacts in the can, and yeah,
Just shove the ciphers in. Tastes like chocolate.
Yeah, so, well, you're going to throw it some distance away to distract them. Is that what you mean?
yeah, that was the idea.
Give me another perception roll.
Okay,
The three of
I'll
you.
use,
This one will be difficulty 3.
okay. Shall use effort again.
If it doesn't pan out, I'll volunteer to just jump in and punch them.
Sure. Hey, success.
That's a success. That's a success. Will there be a third success? No one is in. It's fine. I mean, this is sufficient. So, at a glance into the water, now you're a bit closer as well. I mean, you expected these to be some kind of sea creatures. Maybe they are, but they do appear to be a bit more humanoid.
Oh.
Street sharks.
And one of them reaches their hand out and
No.
puts it onto a boat. And let's take a break.
All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't touch that dial.
There may be resistance.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be invisible, but
Sorry, no one else has got, apart from me and who else has got?
Well, I will take any ciphers people are dropping. Like,
Oh,
I give 0.
Okay, I'll give you my alarm nodule,
Yeah.
which is there,
Oh,
and I'll take the puppeteering glove. And what was the other one? What was the one you wanted to take?
I was taking the wasp drone.
Or I'll take the other one then, the sonic decoy.
Yeah, that could be useful.
yeah. How loud is that sonic decoy? Because what Jesse suggested, just using it immediately to distract people away from the tower. If we can place it fairly far away so that they're drawn far away, then that'd be useful. But if it's like they're not going to hear it past 2 doors,
so
What's
pre-recorded
it?
sounds.
Explosions. Explosions means decibels, so
Yeah, it has pre-recorded sounds, so it just depends on what those pre-recorded sounds are.
right?
Can I attach these to my character sheet? Are they just?
Right now, it's just like if you want to
Okay,
paste
right.
it into your sheet. For
it's like
Okay.
can
example.
ciphers be combined?
You can cobble ciphers together. That would usually be something.
Well, I'm just talking about
Right, we'll do.
this one does explosion sounds, and I've got the far speaker, which amplifies anything I say to be within, so that would be super booming explosions is all I'm thinking, just it's
I will
Just maybe.
Allow it.
I mean,
I'll allow it.
I mean,
If you want to do fast speaker and loud noises that will literally sound like everything is being destroyed, you can do that.
I mean, I'm just saying it's just.
I don't think you'll have a problem with any knights at that point.
Okay. I think
This
I'll do
can only go well.
that.
The perfect plan.
Step 1,
So
fake
do you want
explosion. Step 2, step 3, profit.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do this, or you're at the docks right now. Where are you heading? What are you doing?
Let's find somewhere where particularly loud noises would be extremely disruptive. I don't know, like city
The town-
square, or like
They're like City Square.
yeah, like city hall, or something. Like
Why don't we just sneak into this tower the traditional way? I mean, we don't have to use these ciphers, do we?
yeah,
Right.
You don't have to. You don't have to use anything.
I mean, we can attempt sneaking. We're probably not that stealthy, all of us. But once the sneaking goes wrong, then we can try the fake explosion as a distraction.
Exactly. Fake it until you make it.
cool. Right, so
Okay.
yeah, if we're just going to try and sneak in without causing a distraction first, then obviously there's going to be a bunch of people there that we're going to have to get past. But hell, let's do it. I don't.
So you're just
One
gonna
way or the
sneak
other.
in.
Initially.
Okay. So yeah, you head from the docks then over to the Sanctuary of the Eye, where you previously, of course, were nearly executed. Or at least one of you was nearly executed. The rest of you would have soon followed, though. As you're making your way, you suddenly hear a bit of screaming and shouting around the area. And you can all spot in the distance, in the sky, shapes that appear to be flying towards the city. And after a bit, one of them in particular begins to fly lower and moves rapidly towards you all. Some of you, maybe not all of you, would recognize it to be a Z-Drake, which are the chosen mounts, essentially, of the Angular Knights.
Oh, not them again.
And you would suspect, not that you can see yet properly, there would be one riding them.
This is my cue to use my vanish ability. Bye. I'm going invisible. I ain't sticking around for this thing to.
Another thing happens. Before they can even land, the screams that people are doing get even louder. And you look around at the people running around in the chaos, and you see some strange paranormal, supernatural-like happenings happening with them. Some have like frosted footsteps. Some seem to have lightning coming from their hands. Now, as inhabitants of Rosthaven, you know what this is. And it's actually harmless. But it's one of the effects of the iron winds surrounding Rosthaven being in an area too long. It begins to first show cosmetically some changes. And eventually it's going to get worse. It will physically start to take things and change them. Normally, it takes about twice as long as it has here. So you feel like actually things are far worse than they even appear. As you just see the chaos, really. And this Z-Drake and their rider get closer and closer. And as they do, it appears they too are affected by this and appear to have a flaming head.
Nice. Would this count as being confronted by the Iron Wind?
Maybe.
Yeah, because if it does, you get a free gem intrusion on me.
Then yes. I've also been forgetting to do GM intrusions like I know I would, but that's fine. So I get a free intrusion on you. So you see this, and even though you yourself are an inhabitant of Rusthaven, you are probably the most recent addition. Maybe even you could even be an addition that's popped up multiple times over the years, however long that goes, due to your powers. You no doubt have a fear of the Iron Wind, though. And you see this, and you know very well of what's to come. For the next in-game hour, every intellect roll you do will be -1 step.
Damn. Harder, presumably.
Yeah. Sorry, +1 step.
Yeah, distracted by my yearning for the Iron Wind. That being said, I would like to cast push to try and slam this flying creature into the ground.
Okay, I mean they were coming to land anyway, but you can certainly do that. You try.
Or can I try and? Is there any sort of hard, like buildings or something like that I can smash them into? Or just make them land badly?
I mean, this would require you to use a bit of effort. In fact, I would say 2 levels of effort if you wanted to do this, but you could try to shove them into the tower.
That sounds like it would be fun.
Can I just ask, what does sensing danger do?
So sensing danger. Let me. Where's it gone? Oh yeah, it's just a skill, isn't it? So yeah, sense danger. It would be if you were just trying to passively sense is there danger around the corner, effectively.
Okay.
You can most certainly tell there's danger right now. So
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't worry about it.
So I would like to use anticipation to get an asset.
So let's see. So you're going to anticipation to get a free asset, so that will cost you nothing because it's.
And then
this will all be one combined action, so
and
that's
then
1 edge used.
And then 2 effort for the. Did you say to be able to do the thing at all?
2 effort, and it will be difficulty 5.
Ooh. How many effort can I do?
Your limit is 3.
Okay, so I'll do another effort to try and to push it down to 4. So that's.
Can we assist in any way? To
I
help.
don't know if anyone would have a way of assisting with push
Okay.
when it's something flying towards you. Unless you also had push.
Okay.
So this would, in theory, cost 10 points and reduced by my edge of 3, so that would be 7 points.
You could assist by just going and smashing his head in when you left.
Yeah.
I could do.
I mean, that's an after thing, but that is assisting technically.
Yeah. So is that right? Because it's a combined action, so the
So the effort cost would be 3
9.
plus 2 plus 2.
Oh, 3 plus 2 plus 2, okay.
So that will be 7 plus the cost of the ability, which is anticipation, which is 8, plus the cost of push, which is 10. Minus your edge, which is 7.
Yeah, so
7 cost.
Yeah, so I'll go down to 13 intellect and roll, and I'm aiming for a 12. Then I have 1 asset.
Would you call this a physical ranged attack?
Yes.
In which case you have targeting eye, which gives you training in it.
Okay.
So you can
I've got
give yourself an asset to it.
training. 2 of the effort is being used to be able to do it at all, and 1 effort is to give a bonus. So I've got training, 1 effort, and 1 asset.
Yep, and I think I said was it difficulty 5?
Yes. All right. Well, This is the most complicated Numenera thing I've ever done.
I mean, you're trying to hit something. It's still quite a distance.
Yeah. Right. So, where's push gone? Oh, apparently I think I'll just have to do an
Oh,
intellectual.
yeah. It doesn't have a roll, and it's just
Yeah,
an
that's
intellectual.
fine. So no bonus. Difficulty 5. Effort 1. Asset 1. And I don't think there was anywhere I could put training in, but we can just put that
Yeah,
in
we can do that manually.
afterwards.
So you beat a difficulty.
Ah, it worked.
Asset. Oh, you added the asset, didn't you? So
Yes.
did we say that was for training?
No, the asset was
Oh no,
my
you got that
power.
from in anticipation. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so that would effectively be an 18.
Difficulty 8.
Yep.
I think you got. Yeah. You do this perfectly fine. You, using all your power, manage to shove it from the side as it gets to beside the tower, ramming it straight into it. The rider falls as the push happens, and then the Drake slams into the tower. Doesn't destroy it or anything, but definitely shakes it up and falls to the ground.
I'll just do that. That is how we deal with rude people.
Well done. I'll
and
slap you on the back.
You see the rider struggling to get up from the ground in the distance.
Ah,
Actually,
I turn to my companions to take over at this point while I have a little breather.
How far away are they?
They're not that far. They're like walking distance.
All right, I'm going to use my fleet of foot and go over and finish him off.
Not even going to
Okay.
take any chances.
So
This is-
as you get closer, you recognise this is most definitely one of the other Grand Knights. But you don't know who they are, of course. They are struggling to get up, and they're not currently looking at you because they're just trying to get to their feet.
Mm-hmm.
You say Grand Knight?
They are one of the Grand Knights, yes. So the Angular Knights have like 13 ranks, and the top one is the Grand Knight. There is quite a lot of them. They don't have a central leadership. It's just you keep getting higher and higher until you reach Grand Knight.
Okay,
It's gonna be-
so
It's going to be pretty.
Bear in mind, you've just fallen relatively far.
Yeah, but he was on the back of the thing. It might be. It might have softened the blow.
Oh no, but the Drake got shoved into the tower and he got like thrown off onto the ground.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay. All right. Well, I want to finish. I want to.
But the Drake is probably like in the courtyard right now, where you're going to be executed, and he's outside, closer to you.
Well, we haven't really travelled that far then. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. I want to. Do we want to engage him?
you're the murder machine.
I'm
You
not. It's
mean
just,
the guy who was trying to chop our heads off earlier?
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Because
going to.
usefulness this timeline has ended.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go for his head. You know, for for justice. You know, for karma.
You want to cut off his head?
You just want to kill somebody.
Yeah, I want to do something.
Is that Jack here?
What did you say, Carol?
Oh, is Monty here?
I think.
No, I think you just had to bring it back possibly. But...
Yeah, I think BRB. Yeah.
So, how are you going to? You going to just grab your greatsword, Rahiri?
Yes.
And just.
He's just gonna go.
I am the executioner.
Have I
now.
got two? Oh no, I haven't got two. Yeah, I'm gonna murder hobo him.
As you lift your blade up and go to quickly bring it down, you suddenly hear a roar. In fact, this is a GM intrusion. Would you like to reject this?
No, I'll take it.
Okay, you gain 1 XP. Who would you like to give the other one to? Who's your
Richard.
favourite?
Richard, as he knocked him off the of the dragon thing.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So, this GM intrusion, you suddenly hear a roar,
Mm-hmm.
and that is most definitely the Z Drake, and it is pissed.
It weren't me.
So you might not know a lot about Z Drakes, but I'll give this for free as info to one character because they have creature knowledge, which
Yes,
is
mate.
Callow. Yep. You know that Z Drakes are sentient and can communicate telepathically. So there's most definitely a link between this Grand Knight and the Z Drake, and it is pretty good at resisting mental attacks. You would believe. So you hear that roar, and you just hear wings flap up, and you can see speeding towards you is the Z Drake, Rahiri. Are you going to attempt to finish, or prepare yourself to be rammed by Z Drake?
Run away!
Run away.
You just run back to everyone else.
Yes, because fuck
Okay.
that.
So the 5 of you are together. Vartin is stealthed. He's vanished still. So, which worked out quite well because Monty's not there anyway. So, swiftly, the rider is brought back on top of the Z Drake. They don't chase you. They go to their rider once they see you running. And after a moment, the Z Drake appears resistant, but it sits there. It allows the rider back off, and you see the Grand Knight walk towards you. The 5 of you, not aggressively.
Interesting.
Do you permit them to walk towards you?
Sure. Can I spend this time to take a little breather and recover some of my intellect?
Yeah, you could use a recovery roll. So that's something I forgot to mention as well. If you've used points, you can use a recovery roll, and there's 4 of them. One that is 1 action, which is basically instant. One that takes 10 minutes in game, an hour, and 10 hours. And they let you roll 1d6 plus whatever your recovery is. So, for example, Keenor has 1d6 plus 1. Rahiri has 1d6 plus 3. Par has 1d6 plus 3. Vartin's 1d6 plus 1. And Callow is 1d6 plus 1.
How far
Two of
away
you have
from him?
higher rolls.
How far away from him is he from us?
You had a bit of moment to run back, and they were It seemed, I mean, they weren't talking, but probably communicating telepathically. Not that you know that, but Carlo would know that.
Oh, nice.
It's probably like it would take them a couple minutes to get to you.
Okay, I'm going to throw down my wearable ring, which is a false cube projector.
Yeah.
Creates an immobile cube composed of 6 planes of solid force, each 30 feet, to a side for 1 hour. The
Like you
planes
just popping yourself in a cube.
No, I'm throwing it in front of us so we can run away from them because they're going to walk into a wall and not know how to get
I
around
mean,
it.
the rider had dismounted and was just walking towards you, not aggressively, but
Oh,
if
The
you want
cube
to
would
do that, you
surround
can.
us. The cube would surround us, Joe.
okay, never mind then.
I mean, I
Okay.
say if you want to do that, like project it forward and block them, you can. But
Go back and get on the flying
it
creature.
is
though,
one
so-
night, to be fair.
Sorry?
It is one night effectively.
And a
But
Drake.
it's not come. Yeah, but Drake's just currently like sitting there. But Drake doesn't seem happy about it. But the night is seemingly peaceful at the moment, even though you just did this to them and were about to execute them.
No,
Seems-
no. No. I'm gonna toss it as far as I can toss it, right, and then we'll run away from him. So he walks into the cube or something, or he gets caught in the cube.
The thing is, he and the zoo drake are between us and the tower, and we want to go to the tower.
We can go around the tower. We can go around the cube.
Fair enough.
Go around.
We could negotiate with this guy, see what he wants.
Maybe they've screwed up this thing and they want to get rid of the city as well.
He agrees with negotiation.
All
Fair
right,
enough.
I'll let you smart folks handle this then.
So do you want to use the cipher or no?
No, I'll keep hold of it.
Okay.
Alright. Does our
Does our Arcos want to negotiate?
resident shouty person?
Robertson's also an excellent negotiator.
Am I good at negotiating?
Jesse here?
Jesse,
What?
I think the cat requires negotiation.
are you good at negotiating?
I'm good at talking.
I mean,
But-
yeah, it's good at general talking to people and engaging with them in conversation. So
Could I do an economics roll to work out what it is that the knights need?
Cheese.
What exactly are we negotiating?
the knights. What?
Are they
I'm
short of
just
something?
thinking about humans.
So medical supplies, something to help with the birth rate.
I mean, a lot of the knights, even without rule, would just want Rosthaven and all like mutants and those type of people gone.
Don't really. So
Which doesn't really help you to know that because
no, it's-
Like economically, there's too much supply. There's too much supply of mutants and corrupted. And
there's too much supply, not enough demand in their circles.
so you're saying that trying to offer them a strong pound is not going to change their minds.
Especially not from a mutant.
You don't want to-
Can't the Arcos ask what he wants?
Well, that's a fair question.
I reckon Darspar could possibly negotiate or talk
Yeah.
peacefully.
Yeah, go you Rubik's Cube, man.
He's bound to like you.
Oh, you want me to talk to the dude?
Yeah, the one that tried cutting off your head earlier.
No, it's a different one. Different
Oh,
kind
okay.
of
Oh, it's a different one.
Your demon of command.
All right.
This one is peacefully walking towards you alone.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is. And there's a big ass fucking Drake thing that's like
He armed.
He has a weapon, but it's not brandished.
I'm sticking by my original assertion that I turned invisible as soon as I saw this thing coming. So
um
He's
sure.
still walking towards you. Just yeah.
Aren't we supposed to like get rid of the pylons first?
Jay, well, did you not give me the XP and did you not give Richard the XP?
Oh no, sorry. I need to give you the cards. Yeah.
Fucking.
Well, we have two pylons. The third one is on top of the tower, so we need to get to the top of the tower, and then we can do whatever we need to do with the pylons. Unfortunately, this knight and his Zoodrake friend are between us and the tower.
Yeah. And you could go round, but
You can fly. We may have used up all of our flying powers.
Yeah.
He seems to want to parley. So I was just saying,
Yeah, it's Parley.
ask him what he wants.
I will approach their
What?
knight.
Well, no, let him come to us. Let him come to us so that you're not like standing way away from us. That's what I'd say.
yeah.
I
mean,
invisible,
they've
I
been-
can speak behind him while he's having the conversation.
They've been walking this whole time, so I'll say they get up to you now, and they, like I said, they're still alone. And
Can I just
They-
move back a bit in case they have an explosive device? Just so that
They-
spread out.
they look towards you, Darspar, and ask, "Are you the leader of this group?"
Sure.
Okay, great. My name is Grand Knight Zalek. And I've heard about what's happened here. There
Yes,
are many who hold extreme views within the Order, our Order. And many of us do not agree with them. Grand Knight Aladra and some of her fellow knights, my fellow knights, opted to bring upon your city here and cause great ruin and destruction. And as you've probably guessed, their goal is to destroy your city too.
Okay.
There has been enough bloodshed here. Too many lives were lost when Rosthaven first appeared. We do not want any more.
Oh well, your entire city's about to be like ghost fire and ashes. So
I know.
unless you want that, you had better take you and your little friends and get us a path to where we can get our town out of yours.
And that is what we're willing to try to do. The problem is, Grand Knight Aladra has splintered off with some of her fellow knights and is refusing to acknowledge our demands.
Okay, question. Does she care more about the murder of people or the city?
Is that what you're asking him?
Yeah, directly. I'm just...
He cares about wiping out all mutants.
No, I mean the
so-
lady. Does that lady care more about this headquarters city than she does murdering the people in Rusthaven? That's what I'm trying to ask him.
No.
Shit. The fucking loud diversion is not going to work.
Based on her current actions and what I believe is imminent from the tower, it may take out the entire city and your city. I can get you into the tower, but you will need to deal with Aladra yourself.
Do we need to move the pylons?
So you're aware of the pylons?
Rahiri, do you want to murder that bitch that almost beheaded me and you guys?
Well, the third pylon is in the tower where the Grand Knight Elijah is. So we have to get there anyway to get the pylon so we can move Rusthaven to safety.
And I'm trying to ask James's character if he wants to kill the lady that almost killed us.
I'm not. I mean, this may sound a surprise and all, but I'm actually not, a murder hobo. I'm more someone that likes to defend than just go out all out killing. But yeah, I am pretty upset that she wanted to detach my head from my beautiful head from my body. In fact, all of our beautiful heads from our bodies.
Well,
and your Rubik's cube.
Well, I'm not going to die, so I don't care. I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to go in there and help Kinor.
Well,
Would everyone here strictly know that you can't die, or are they just thinking you're a bit arrogant right now? You're just going to stroll in there with your pimp hat, and no one's going to attack you.
I mean, I'm totally down with this kind of arrogance because it doesn't matter. Right? It's like this is like prime cut nihilism here. Like, well, I ain't gonna die. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Well,
It's a question why you're even helping, really.
Well, I have that deathless confidence for a reason, and if I've known them for any point of time, I have most likely run myself through with something just to die and then wake up a couple hours later.
I mean, you may not have died, but you may have been severely wounded.
I'd be like, well, I mean, maybe you could just be my meat shield. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
He goes for negotiate this, stuffs himself into a sword.
Haha!
Well, where is the? Can we? Oh, well, where is this? Where is Elijah? Did you say Elijah?
Grand Knight Aladra. I'll put a name in.
Yeah.
I think at this point I'll tap Pat.
Are they in the tower?
They will be at the top of the tower alongside the main pylon, and the device they will no doubt be unleashing imminently.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
take
oh,
that.
he's telling us. He's saying that.
Yes,
What device?
he does not want this to happen because it will destroy this whole city, and
What
he
device?
is not as radical. There's a device that he is aware she is in possession of. He's not sure how long she's had it, but it just has the power to level both cities in an instant.
And why aren't you dealing with this? Sorry, I'm confused.
He doesn't want his city leveled, basically.
There's a lot of internal politics.
Internal
Yeah.
politics.
I guess he doesn't want to be seen moving against his own.
I don't want another HR meeting.
So, guys, we've got to get into the tower and stop this city leveling device.
He
Yep.
like I said, he can get you in, but you have to deal with Grand Knight Aladri yourself.
Okay,
Sounds good.
deal.
That's yeah.
Yep.
That's what. Yeah.
No screwing us over though.
He
Oh, I know.
will need you to act as prisoners. Get you in.
Just
Okay.
Alright.
As long as he better not take any, he can't. He better not take our equipment off us.
You can keep your equipment.
Okay.
I'm just going to say invisible this entire time. I'll go in with him.
Oh yeah, he's not aware of you.
Yeah.
Has anyone got any skills to find out if he's lying or not?
oh
Yes.
yeah.
Straight into that troll.
I've got polite social interactions.
Someone does have seeing through deception.
Yes, I do. And does that roll it?
Yep.
And then I don't even have to spend anything on this because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, it's only if you want to boost it.
Yeah.
You rolled an 18. Yeah, you got no issue. He's not lying.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, he's just not lying. He is telling the truth. He definitely does not want this to happen, and he is not gonna fuck you over on you pretending to be prisoners.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Move this plot forward.
Can how long does our Jack can remain invisible for?
Let's see.
Well,
10 minutes.
I can use the skill for free. Like,
Yeah,
so-
it doesn't cost you anything, so it doesn't matter. To be honest,
as long as
you
I
have an
do it.
asset on stealth and speed defense. Yeah.
So you could just remain stealthy, couldn't you?
Yep, that's the plan.
Doing it, yeah. So, I mean, actually, to be fair, it's probably time we can have another break for our final hour.
Okay,
Righto.
right, we'll be back shortly. Don't touch that dial. Right, we're back with part 4, I think.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, part 4.
Yeah.
So we got to
So-
pretend to be prisoners.
Yeah. So he has like pulled out a device that will pop like handcuffs onto you, like cybernetic cuffs, and this is just for show. And he hands the device to Dahaspar and says, "Press this to just like release everyone."
Okay.
Before we go in, I'll say to the glaive, would you like this device which will improve your speed and make it easier for you to fight? So, James, that's a time dilation nodule which will reduce the difficulty of combat attacks by 3 steps. Is a cipher though, so we'll probably have to swap if you'd like it.
Okay, what would you like? I've got an injector that substance restores a number of points equal to the cipher's level to one random pool.
Couldn't hurt.
Okay, can we do that? Can we just swap devices?
Yeah, you can trade.
Grand.
Okay. It's called the Rejuvenator. I'll just
You might
copy
just want to
some-
both press the speech
yeah.
bubble just so you can both see each other's and then just copy paste from chat.
Grand.
These are better catch sheets than the old ones.
Oh, yeah, these are the official ones.
Excellent. Thank you very much. 1d100. My God.
Yeah, I mean, it's only between 3 things, but
Yeah.
its highest chances that it will do the might pool.
Oh, I see now. Yeah. All right, I've got that.
What level is it?
6.
All right,
The
mine's
time dilation
4.
module. Yeah. Yeah. So you get the 3 steps.
Which is pretty good for him, especially considering he's actually using speed to attack with.
Yeah, I've got 2. I've got one that increases my damage for 28 hours, and I've got that one. How many modules can be attached?
It's not a question of, like, is there a limit? It's a question of how many until it gets dangerous.
All right, 2 of them
So-
wouldn't be too dangerous, would it?
I mean, I probably wouldn't attach more than one without expecting bad results.
Oh, okay, all right.
You'd have to do it and find out effectively. So, yeah.
Just keep piling them on. What's the worst? Yeah.
I mean, you've got that now. You've got 3 speed edge. You've got all these things that help you with speed attacks and defense. Like, you are a machine, and you have a great sword.
Okay.
A whirling dervish.
So, yeah, Jesse, what you just missed was he handed you a device for Grand Knight, which will just, when you press it, it will like uncuff all of you. So, yeah, you're not stuck in the cuffs. You have the device.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're happy to go along with Hendon? Apart from, of course, one of you is still invisible.
Damn straight.
We do
Okay.
just assume we are just assuming that Vartin is still around.
Yeah.
We are literally just assuming.
I mean, he may already be up there. You don't know.
Yeah.
At noise.
You head back to where you started off this adventure, which is the courtyard, and it's currently the gate is down, locked off, because successfully it seems the Vashivok were pushed back. You can see the bodies of some around. You don't quite know where the rest are, but if you had to guess, maybe throwing themselves into Rusthaven, trying to get in, dealing with all the knights surrounding it. So you reach the gate, and the Grand Knight, Zalek, he just stands there for a moment, and after a couple more, the gate just goes up, and you're all allowed in. And you see the knights like salute Zalek, and stare at each of you in disgust. They notice the weird blob creature in your ear, Carlo, and they are horrified. One of them starts to retch. He can't believe what he's seeing.
I'm just gonna
And,
look sad that we've been caught.
Oh no, not again.
We're back here again.
Zalek leads you up, and it's relatively tall tower. It's just a spiral staircase that goes all the way up. Has a few offshooting rooms as you get higher and higher. Let's do a GM intrusion.
Oh,
So GM intrusion will be on. It'll be in color.
Oh,
So, one of the nights as you're going up, one of the like regular nights, is so horribly disgusted by this blob creature you have in your ear that they go to yank it out. How do you deal with this? Well, do you wish to accept this intrusion? You want to just straight reject it, and you can stop from doing it without having to do anything, like a roll.
Yeah, I'll take the intrusion,
Okay, so you get 1 XP and 1 to give to someone of your choice.
or I'll give that to Vartin.
Okay,
Thank you.
so you're just invisible and suddenly feel like I've learned a bit more. So yeah, this knight goes up to you, Carlo, and goes to just pull. Like you just can feel the hand getting close, going to pull the blob out of your ear. How do you stop from doing that? Would you just allow it?
I've got a foil danger thing, so I'm gonna
Do.
try and stop him. Yeah, flick my head, as it were, to stop it. Or maybe this thing can
Bite him.
the tentacle of is it Teggy?
Teggy, yeah.
Teggy can sort of like stab him in a sort of way.
Just transforms from a blob into a blade.
Well, yeah, like a spike.
Yeah.
I've got a foil danger skill.
Yeah, I'd say you could
With
use
that-
those in like conjunction.
and to
And
try
it
and like.
wouldn't cost you anything.
Do I need to roll for that?
No. So you negate 1 source of potential danger related to 1 creature or object that you're aware of within immediate distance for 1 round. It could be a weapon or device held by someone, a trap triggered. I mean, I'll allow for this as well. You can also transform a foe's mundane action, which I would say that this is a mundane action. Oh, no, sorry. Make your roll against the level of the attack, danger, or creature. Okay. So to stop this, it will be difficulty. I'll say difficulty 3, but you are assisted, so you get an asset.
Okay, so what do I roll?
So if you roll
Oh, it's intellect.
yeah, won't cost you anything unless you want to boost the roll, but you get a free asset from Teggy. If Teggy's not allowed us.
What did you say? Difficulty.
Difficulty 3.
Okay, hold on. So you get one effort.
1 asset, yeah, which is it's basically a free effort.
Oh, sorry. Is it an effort or an asset? Sorry.
Asset.
Okay, sorry. I'll go start that again.
They work the same anyway, so.
Oh, okay. So that's difficulty 3. 1 asset. There we go. Oh, 16.
Yeah, you do this no problem. You beat a difficulty 5, and including the asset, you beat a difficulty 6. You got no problem preventing this. And Teggy like transforms into a spike, and as soon as they touch it, they like the hand gets impaled, and they just like yelp out, and they spit on the ground as you walk past. But they leave you to it.
I give him a right smile.
You're going to be executed soon, he believes. And then he will just pull that blob out of your rolling head. So you keep going up the tower. And eventually you reach the top. And it is just double doors that are currently closed. Zalek walks on up, knocks on these, and 2 knights open them from within. This is a large chamber that has a kind of balcony that looks down across the city, and you can clearly see Rusthaven from it. You can also see, if you look around the room, won't require any rolls for this, you can see the pylon. Very clear what it is. It's just a bigger version of the other two. This is the central one. And you also see a strange device, a large device, pointed towards Rusthaven.
Oh.
That, if you had to guess, is not to do anything good. It will not be shooting party streamers.
Is it like a Death Star laser?
It is a yes, it's a Death Star laser, pretty much. Rusthaven is Alderaan, and this is for Death Star. In fact, this whole area, probably a good couple mile radius, is Alderaan.
Okay, cool.
Aladra turns around and sees all of you and Zalek.
I'm looking
And
sad.
appears very surprised and disgusted once more by your presence, and keeps looking at you, Darspar, the one that got away. He failed to execute you. You have disgraced her honor by not being executed by her. And she says to Zalek, you've come to your senses. And he just responds, I discussed it with the other knights, and we all agreed this is the way.
This is the way.
And he says, I'll leave you to it. And turns around, nods towards you, Dahaspar, and walks out. And the knights close the door behind. Elijah just says, you can press that and she won't notice immediately. She says, come closer. I want to have a better look of those that are soon to be not breathing.
Awesome. Is Vart? Well, I know Vart. We can't see Vartin, but has Vartin followed us all the way up and just going?
Yeah.
While this is all happening, I'm going to sneak over to that device and attach my machine control implant cipher to it.
Okay,
Excellent.
that's fine.
Now we have a Death Star gun.
Will
Yeah.
that take you out of stealth?
Let me have a quick check on what the stealth thing says. So it says invisibility ends at the end of your next turn, or if I do something to reveal my presence or position, attacking using an ability, moving a large object, and so on.
I would say applying the cipher probably applies to that.
Okay, I mean, I'll immediately reapply for free my vanish ability, but obviously I'll flicker in more for a moment.
Why did I give everyone extra edge?
Could I attempt to distract her when he sort of appears?
I mean, she's currently not facing that direction anyway, so that's fine. It is off to the side.
I'm going to get
there is a
really
couple
close
guys in
to
the
her
room.
and stab the bitch.
Hmm?
I'm going to
Get
get
out
real close to her and stab the bitch.
Okay, I mean, so she like, you start getting closer, and she says, "Stop there." So you can't get incredibly close. There
I
are
thought-
a couple of knights in the room. There's the two that opened the door previously, and you do notice what appear to be a couple other Grand Knights.
Okay.
You can recognise them by their sigils,
Initiative.
but they are just at the back at the moment. One of them's just looking through some books. One of them is awfully tired by the looks of it. They seem to be falling asleep in their chair. And the other one is looking over at you all, along with Aladra. So, I'll let you decide how you want to act here before she says anything. So, do you want to just effectively rush her?
I'm not going to.
Well, I'm going to look at the two. I'm going to look at the two guards behind me and give everyone the expression like, we need to take care of the two guards behind us so that they can't open the doors. And I'm not saying that. I'm just, with my face, with my expression, I'm going.
You're just like,
Yeah, no, I've got a twitch.
So you're doing this, and she's just like, strange one, you. It'd be good to remove your head from your shoulders.
No, it'd be.
And she go.
I'm gonna go. No, it'd be good to remove your head from your shoulder, and I'll charge.
Okay. This is where we do initiative. So
A quick
at the
question
top,
before we kick off.
Yep.
Like with that cipher attached, what like controls and commands do I have access
Okay.
to in my brain now?
so
Destroy the city.
Yeah, yeah.
right, so
Can I re-aim it?
it lasts for 10 minutes per cipher level, and once device is chosen, cannot be changed. Okay, so you have a couple of options. It will take a bit of time to like reconfigure it, but you have the power to do that, assuming you're not interrupted during combat.
Mhm.
It would probably take the whole combat to finish it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
can I just quickly be like, I've got the crystal nodule thing in my hand, and I activate it, and then I go, it'd be nice to take your head, and then so I've got it. I don't know how big it is. It's a nodule. Nodules don't sound very big in my head.
Probably about as big as your thumb or something, I imagine.
yeah, it's probably not
Like-
too big, but
Starting with Monty, what did you want to do?
So I've already attached the machine control implants to the Death Star laser,
Okay, gotcha.
and which gives me like mental control of it from long range. But I don't know what controls I have access to yet. So
okay. You can basically either straight up just destroy the device. You can deactivate it and get it so that you could take it away. Or you can manipulate it to do something with the sanctuary.
Can I
And
just
adjust
ask,
the sanctuary.
Can I just ask, is the pylon in the room?
Yeah. It's slightly bigger than the other two, and it's in there as well. It's just at the back, next to the other two Grand Knights, with other 3 Grand Knights.
Are we doing initiative as well? Yeah, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
something with the sanctuary is that.
It seems like so. Their goal, from what you can gather already so far, their goal was effectively just destroy everything in the area because that's the best way of getting rid of them.
Wow.
Scorched earth.
You can manipulate the device to just do
Oh, you
one
need the
area
sound tracker.
and effectively get it to implode just for tower or whatever it was going to do to
I mean, we're in it, but
Yeah. Problem.
you have access though to do it with your mind.
yeah. And I can do it at long
Uh,
range, so I can get way out of the tower.
So yeah, I mean you could get out right now pretty much. You just open the door and be like, "See ya," and
Yeah.
you're done.
So the Nihilist can leave anytime he wants and blow up the tower with his mind.
Yeah.
This is going to end well.
You also have the like visitor changer, so you can just turn into one of them and walk out. You're in a perfect position.
Don't give him
Yeah,
ideas for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
do...
I'll start the process of reconfiguring it for
Okay.
sanctuary destruction. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll say if anything happens during combat, it won't like completely interrupt it, but you'll need to defend yourself. Yeah. So initiative at the top of everyone's skills section on the left, you should have initiative. Some of you have an inability in it. Some of you are untrained. Some of you, I think, one of you has training in it, which is probably the glaive. So you can just press the dice. Don't need to do any modifiers. So, Keenor...
Do we throw initiative every round?
No, just at the start. Just start a combat and that's it. So, let me... How do I bring up the initiative tracker again, James?
Click the timer thing.
Right, timer. Oh, there it is. Turn order.
If you add our names, we should be able to add our own initiative. Also, you haven't give Vartin or Kalo their experience
Yeah,
neither.
I keep forgetting to do that.
You might be able to do it yourself, guys. If you hover over on the deck, you might be able to drag the card to your name.
I mean, I'll give it to him now, quick.
Okay.
That's done.
So I've learned a lot
so-
playing Savage Worlds on Fantasy on here. So
Do I have
know
to do tokens to add names?
No, you can just add You could just add if you you can go into the cogwheel and add turns, I believe.
Oh, add custom items.
Mhm.
Right. So, has everyone rolled initiative?
Can I just say I've got a thing saying let me see, curious.
Curious.
Oh, I've
Whenever
got
you spend effort to attempt navigation, perception, or initiative tasks in an area you've only rarely ever visited before,
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to spend
I can
nothing because it's free, you get an
No.
extra free. Because well, actually, no. What's your?
I've
Oh no,
got
it'll cost you 1 point then, won't it?
the speed, isn't it? So it's 1 point
Yeah. So 1 point of speed, and you get 2 levels of effort in it.
on my initiative.
Yep.
So I don't know if my skill worked particularly well because I actually got I don't know what because I've got the skill initiative. So
Yeah,
Alright.
so you're trained in it. So by default, you beat difficulty 3. You rolled a 9. You effectively got a 12.
okay,
So let me pop these in.
oh you did who rolled a
Kino
10?
got a 17. And
If you just put our names in, we can actually type
I
in
just
our
popped
own
them in.
numbers.
Yeah, okay. Dahaspar, Rahiri, Vartin, and Carlo.
So I got a 12. Oh no, I can't. Why can't I click on? No, I can't. I can't change it.
Might
That's
be because
weird.
it's not tokens. I can quickly add this in. So Kino got the 17. Dahaspar got 15. Rahiri got the 12.
I was on 14, I think.
Vartin got 14. And Carlo got
12, the same as me.
so 10 plus 6 minus, yeah, so 13. And then
Cogwheel, and you can do descending, I think. And that was, oh,
yeah, I'm
unless
gonna
you're adding.
add Grand Knight to it.
Okay.
Grand Knight Aladra, where'd your name go? Yeah.
It is easy to have tokens, even if you're not using battle
Yeah.
maps. It's sometimes easy just to have tokens on the map. Just so you
Aladra's
can
initiative
select them.
will be yep. 24. And that will be the only initiative. No one else in the room is going to. So sort this descending. So I will allow you, however, to act first, Rahiri. Wait, Kino has 34 there.
Yeah.
So
that
Lance has
seems
got
weird.
an initiative of 24.
I thought I had an initiative of 17. That's more like it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about Eladra.
Yeah, Aladra's got 24.
Okay,
Wow.
nice.
But Rahiri will act first. And then it'll go. Why is it? It keeps resetting Kino to 34.
I don't know.
That's really weird. 17. Okay, yeah. So Rahiri and then Aladra.
Okay. So, all right.
I will allow you to use the cipher immediately
Okay.
as a free action.
Okay. So
You got that wasp drone as well.
I'm
Oh,
gonna.
I've got that. Yeah.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
That's a lot of that.
So I'm gonna stabby her.
Yep. So you've used your dilation nodule.
Yep.
Yep. And that uses attacks by 3 steps.
Yes.
Okay, you basically get +9.
I'm also skilled with heavy blades. I don't know if you've included that into the attack
So
as
if
well.
if you do your greatsword attack, I've you have trained in heavy blades, so yeah, that's included.
Okay. So just
Actually,
click on.
you could put a modifier of. Actually, I don't know how a modifier works. Just roll it like this, and we can add the 9 manually.
Right. Is there a bonus? Like, what's the difficulty, or is that secret?
Difficulty will be. I'll tell you. I'll be nice. Difficulty 8.
Okay. Effort. Do I want to use effort?
No, sorry. It won't be 8, but we can.
God.
I can re-account for it anyway. Don't need to
Let me do it again. Submit. Difficulty is
7.
okay.
Jeez.
Effort. Do I want to use? No, I can't bother.
Got to do something to get you Tuesday points.
Assets.
As well.
You might as well whack some effort on it. You must have
Yeah.
a lot of
All right.
strength.
You
You
could
It's
can
actually
buy a
s-
free level.
It's actually speed that I've got the most in.
Okay.
It was,
You're using
you-
speed. You're all about rapid attacks.
Yeah,
You
you're
use great
using speed with your greatsword anyway, so you can get 1 effort for free.
Oh yeah. So 7. So you said it's 7, right? Difficulty 7.
Yes.
Effort. So
So
I'm gonna add at least 1 to it, right?
Yep, that'll cost you nothing.
So I might as well go for 2, and 2 will cost me
2 points.
2 points.
Yeah, because the first level costs 3, and you get to do that for free anyway because you're edge.
Okay.
Each level after only costs 2.
Okay. Submit assets. That would be the nodule, right?
Yeah, but put that as free then, because that's free assets.
It can only go up to 2.
Okay, put it as 2, and then we'll add the other one on.
Submit. Cost. What's the cost?
It doesn't cost anything.
Okay. Effort to damage. What does that mean?
If you're applying effort to do extra damage.
Oh, and would that be strength or speed?
Speed, because you're using speed.
And would
you're
that be-
able to use...
And would that be a different effort, or would that still be the same effort?
You only have a limit of 2 effort, don't you? I mean, you've used both on this.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
You can't do
Okay.
anymore. You could split them in the future though, like 1 for roll, 1 for
Right.
damage. So you beat a difficulty 7.
Nice.
Yes, you hit.
You
And
definitely
you
hit.
did your 7 damage.
Fucking
No.
her up.
She's taken a bit by surprise from this. And where do you hit her with it?
Do I roll? Or is it
Like where did you
or,
hit her with your sword?
or are you saying descriptive?
Okay, what?
Area.
Yeah, where did you hit her?
I said I was going for the head, but I probably, because I didn't declare the head, I probably just like went for the body to
Yeah,
run,
okay.
run her through.
So you run her through, and she's taken by surprise from this. And she bits in your face, says mutant filth.
I'm not a
How
mutant.
dare you? I mean,
What a bitch.
and as
Racist.
the other guards in the room like prepare to go in, he just says, "No, they're mine." And she is fighting alone.
Cocky.
It is now her turn. So, let me just note down the damage you did to her. You did 7. Not a bad
Yep.
amount. Right. She is immediately going to swing back at you.
Okay.
Let's see if she can do it.
Right. No, actually, because this game, it's me defending, right? That's how it works. Okay, so I am wearing stuff.
You are wearing. You're not wearing any armor.
Oh, it says I'm trained in armor, but okay, I'm not wearing any armor.
You are trained in by default. Glaives are trained in armor, but you opt not to. You are trained in speed defense because you choose not to wear armor, though. You actually do have trained without armor.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, how does that work?
So when you do speed defense,
Yep.
in fact, I think you have specialized, so you get +6 effectively.
Okay, so do I
That's
roll
all you
speed
gotta
with
do.
dif-
Is roll that trained without armor.
Okay, trained without armor. Okay.
And if you want to apply effort, you could.
So I could apply one.
You
One
could apply
effort
up
for free.
to 2 if you want.
No,
She's
Well,
got
sure,
attack
yeah.
first. She's got attack first.
what's the difficulty?
Oh,
Uh,
doesn't she attack first, doesn't she?
No,
Yeah,
she.
no, she's attacking, so
yeah.
GM never rolls in Numenera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
So this is him defending from her attack. The difficulty is 8.
Okay. Submit. Effort. I'm just going to use one effort. Assets. There's no assets, is there?
I don't think you. Is there anything you have that gives you an asset to defending apart from your skill?
I don't think so.
You have quick reactions.
Oh, bollocks.
By spending
Okay.
2 from your speed pool, you can react to events almost before they happen, granting you an asset and speed defense for 1 round.
No,
I guess you'd
no,
have to do
no.
that beforehand.
I'm alright. I'm alright. I rolled an 18.
Bad.
Yeah, you did. You beat a difficulty 8 because of your specialised and effort.
What does the
Yeah.
special? What? So on a defense, what does the special do? What does the? If I roll a special,
It doesn't really do anything if you roll a 17 or 18.
okay.
It would only really be if you get a 19, 20. Because they each, it gives you, a 17 gives you +1, then 18 2, 19 3, 24. But 19 and 20 can also give you a minor effect or a major effect.
Okay.
But the damage doesn't really apply here. It'd only be if you attacked.
So yeah,
But
so I just
you-
deflect. I just like deflect her blow. Then I guess.
Yeah.
I might
You
yeah, I
fully
just-
expected it and just
step
Like
out the
no.
way. Ha ha ha! I laugh at
that
her.
is
You slow.
that's her turn. So why does it keep resetting to 34? It is Keenor's turn.
Okay, so does it look like the knights are going to behave themselves and not interfere?
They stood back and they are watching. Everyone in the room is watching in anticipation.
In that case, I will not give them a timeout, which was one of them, which was what I was planning to do.
You could still attack them if you want, and then it'll get really interesting.
You know what? I'm quite happy for them to stay out of it if she wants to do this alone. I would like to cast Time Loop,
Okay.
which is about the most complicated ability I've seen. And I
It is.
regularly run the hero system, so
Oh.
so I cast it, and my future self appears a bit behind the boss lady, and then attacks her with onslaught physical, and then it starts getting complicated next turn.
Yeah. Then you get to both act, and your future self's action seized.
Y-
And on the
y-
third round, both of you disappear.
it's-
And on the fourth round, you catch up to your future self, reappear
And
wherever
reappear.
they left.
yes.
Take
So
actions normally.
first off, my future self appears a bit behind her, says "haha," and does a sort of force blast thing and attacks her with onslaught. Now,
Okay.
has an in-game hour passed, or do I still have that inability with intellect?
We
I
took.
reckon it's not passed.
I think
Okay.
we walked really slowly.
You're like, look. My legs aren't as good as they used to be. I can't. And there's a lot of stairs here.
And this
Walked
tower's really tall.
Yeah.
No, if you say it hasn't passed, that's fine. So I just won't put in the trained, and this will be straight up the roll. Now, I assume that I have spent my edge already towards reducing the cost of
I
time
think
loop,
I guess you've technically used it on.
which I
Which is where it
want to
gets a bit
reduce my
sketchy.
intellect.
I guess you've used it on your current self, but I suppose your future self has not technically used it on that action.
Okay, I'll take that.
I will allow it.
So I will spend one effort then.
Yeah. Are you doing that on a roll or damage?
On the roll, because I don't know that I'll necessarily hit her that easily. So this is onslaught. So if I just leave the skilled in and don't bother putting the effort in, then that'll balance out, won't it?
Yes.
Well, I can just do the other way around, actually.
I assume you're doing a physical onslaught and not a mental.
Yeah. Bonus difficulty 7, is it?
For physical, it is. Was it 7, James?
Sorry?
It was, wasn't it? It was 7, wasn't it, for you to hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
7.
Yeah, 7 of them.
And
No, 6.
Was it 6?
No,
Was it
7.
6?
No, 7. No, I was just,
effort to
It
roll.
was 7 or 8, I was pretty sure.
Yeah, it was definitely 7.
Assets, and
So
unless I get an asset for catching her by surprise.
I'll give you an asset for that. Why not?
Right.
I'll be kind.
I mean, you're effectively flanking her between yourself
Yeah.
and
Yes. She's between the pincers of
You
me
have
and
a
me.
twin.
Yes. Okay, so I'll do that again. So difficulty 7. Effort, ignoring that because we're having the trained instead. Asset 1. Nice. I hit.
Yeah, you do. So you hit, and she's blasted a bit from the back towards the rest of you in front, but does not appear to really get wounded by this.
Oh dear. She must have some armor.
Oh, she most definitely has armor, but you wouldn't have thought it was as strong as this.
So
But
she
when
hasn't.
when it takes the impact from that, very subtly, you can hear like a buzzing sound. So perhaps this is, yeah.
Interesting.
That is your turn. I guess track for that is the first one for time loop for when it gets real
Yes.
complicated. It is Dahospar's turn. I think negotiation is out the window.
Well, I'm gonna get her to. What weapon is she using exactly?
She's got a greatsword that she's wielding in one hand.
All right. I'm gonna attack her, and then I'm gonna use that deathless confidence to get her to stick her weapon in me.
Okay.
That way I can disarm her.
When attacking with in melee, you can elect to take damage by hurling yourself on their weapon. When you do this, you leave them shocked, stunning them for 1 round. If you succeed on a might defense roll versus their level, you disarm them by lodging the weapon in your own body. Okay. So that would be your action for the turn.
Yep. That's
So
what
that is might.
anyone who doesn't know you're mortal is like, oh god.
Right, so
expected.
you will have to beat. You'll have to effectively get. Ooh. What did I have a level as? Yeah, okay. You're gonna have to beat a 21, or get a 21, which is difficulty 7. So it's
Effort.
impossible off a base roll. You would have to apply effort. Unfortunately, you do not have any edge in your might,
I know. Somebody
and
use
might is
all-
your lowest stat.
Oh,
I mean,
So you can do.
You'll still be stunned for a round, though, won't she?
Yes, to be fair, she will still be stunned. You just won't get. Yeah, you still shock her, but you might not get her weapon lodged inside you.
well, I could still attempt the roll, right?
Can we assist him? Could we, push him on it?
It's like the world's worst wingman. Just like, go on, my son.
Yeah, kind of.
I would allow someone to assist if they gave up their turn.
Sure. I will. Do I want to give up my turn?
Well, I can give up one of my 2 turns, can't I?
The one behind's just like, yep.
Yep.
Pulls Daspar in.
What we should get we should get a strap and put it on the back of you, and one of us can run around like a shield.
Okay, might defense roll. Bonus is nothing difficult. You said 7, right?
Yeah, which is a 21. So
Is he getting a bonus from? Is he getting a? Are you Richard? Are you helping him?
Yeah.
I'm going to put 3 effort into it.
You're going to put 3 effort. That's going to cost you 7 might.
Yeah. I mean, I got a pool of it. I mean, and this is the last thing I've got to do is make sure this bitch does not pull the trigger on.
One thing I have to say as well. Generally, when you take damage in melee, that will affect your might pool first.
You know what?
She's going to put you on 4 might, and then the blade itself is going to put you below 0.
Well,
going one step down the damage track, it's fine.
You know, I'm kind of looking at like she won't have her weapon
Yeah, okay.
because I'm still disarming her. Even if I fall to the ground with the weapon in me, she will not have her weapon. And Rahiri is going to be able to murderify her better.
Yeah. So when you get knocked down with damage track, what would happen would be effort would cost 1 extra point per level. So you just spent 7. That would cost 10. And
11.
you no longer get major minor effects, not what we've had in it yet. And rolls of 17 plus only deal +1 damage. But if you want, you want to do this, it's effectively guaranteed to put you on 0 might immediately.
Well, I have 1
Why'd you have 1?
because I have 11.
Yeah, so 7 might is gonna. Wait, do you only have any armor? No. So you're spending 7 on might to boost this with effort. 3 plus 2 plus 2. And then she's going to do more than 4 damage to you when that blade goes in.
Well, then I'll just pass out. Remember, I have regeneration, so
You'll just be impaired, but yeah. So you can do this.
Yeah, you're being impaired.
Damage to speed.
Yeah, give me a roll. You're getting the asset from Kino. You
Kino
rolled
1.
So you beat it.
nope. I don't know. No.
You.
In an experience point.
Roll
No.
2 then.
Yeah,
You rolled a 2, so you beat difficulty 0. You applied 3 effort, which means 3 plus the asset. You beat difficulty 4. You are not lodging this weapon inside you. You're immediately on 0 might, but you do stun her for a round.
Can't you spend XP to do a reroll?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Good.
He's
No,
not.
you could.
He's not on might. He's not on 0 might because he didn't succeed.
No, but you applied the effort.
Yeah.
There's 2 parts to it. He still gets impaled and still stuns her, but he doesn't get to keep her weapon inside him.
So you can.
No. If you succeed on the might defense roll, you disarm them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
but he still takes the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still gets stabbed. He doesn't manage to
Oh,
wrench
I
the blade out.
read it that he doesn't. Sorry.
No, I still.
Yeah,
I
no,
still-
she keeps the weapon, but he's still stabbed because he literally ran himself into the sword.
Can he? So is it only? So if he spends an experience, he can re-roll.
You can spend XP to re-roll all of that. Yes.
Could someone spend XP on his behalf, or has it got to
Well,
be
I've got
him?
an XP. That's not a problem. That's why I was asking. Can I use an XP?
Yeah, but I was asking because I've got 2 experience, and if I could spend an experience, I could like.
Like there.
can
I-
Got
not-
2 XP as well, isn't it?
Experience.
Yeah, just re-roll it. Chess.
Yeah,
Yep.
just do roll again.
At least we can, even though it's pretty much a fool's gamble anyway.
No,
You never know. You might get
it's
really lucky.
No one gave you XP earlier, did they?
No.
Did they?
No, well, I had
No.
one, so it's fine.
Yeah, everyone had to. Well, I wasn't sure if you had a second. So yeah, just roll again. All the same.
Ah.
Oh,
That is slightly better. Okay, yeah, again.
But
you
she's stunned.
stun her.
Yes.
As I said, she's stunned.
She is stunned for a
That's
round.
good.
So it goes, and yeah, you've got 0 might now, and your track goes to impaired.
Okay.
That's just at the top middle. It is Vartin's turn.
Right, since she's stunned, I'm going to just casually iron touch. Harmful.
What's it called?
So that costs me to do 3 might, which I have 1 edge on, so that puts me 2 might.
You're giving her a harmful corrosion, which lasts for an hour.
Yeah, so I guess like roll a d100 to decide which.
Yeah.
Right. You go around stabbing strangers. Sometimes you get the rot. You know.
So whatever 71 maps to, which I
So
think
71 is in.
Is what?
So 71 is invertebrate. You no longer have a normal spine and now move like a large muscular tube similar to a snake. You are not strong enough to crush anything by coiling around it, but you can move unimpaired along the ground or in water, running tasks for 2 down.
nice. So I just took away her spine.
Literally. Wow.
That's funny. That's really funny.
You don't have the backbone for this job anymore.
Oh yeah.
I think she folded.
Yeah.
I bet you that would feel weird.
That's possibly the best one it could have been.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best in combat use of iron.
Does her
Yeah.
great
You could
sword
ask for.
pin her body now?
Does it what, sorry?
Does the great sword now pin her body?
Um,
Because it is heavier than she can hold, and so it should like. It's like
I guess she has to drop it.
and just,
Which is a real shame because what I had written was as soon as she lets go, it shatters in the air. So yeah, as soon as she lets go of her greatsword, before it even hits the ground, it shatters.
Wow.
And so she wouldn't even be able to pick up again anyway.
She's falling
Does
to
the
bits
shards
pieces.
hurt her?
I won't go that far.
Oh, okay.
But she's basically not. I mean, you move like a large muscular tube, similar to a snake. So I mean, she can't crush anything either. What's she gonna do?
She's stunned and
She's stunned and spineless.
She's stunned as a spineless shit. Like,
Right.
How'd you be stunned here?
like honestly, because I don't know how she gets out of this. She can't unless I'm just like, you know what?
GM
I just BS something. I'm not.
Let's push her down the. Let's push her. Let's line her up down the stairs and see if she does a slinky
Yeah,
down
no,
the
No,
stairs.
the spinelessness might help with
Oh,
that.
there's too many OSHA violations here. It's bound to happen.
Is that it then? She's done for, right? She's
She's also
defeated.
technically a mutant at this point, isn't she?
yeah. So her buddies aren't necessarily going to want to help her now. It's like she's a
Yeah.
Are they going to execute her?
So the rest of everyone in the room is just shocked by what's happened, except for Martin.
especially since I just appeared out of nowhere because I was
You
invisible.
just like
So I just go,
suddenly behind. She already had one person pop up behind her. Now you popped up, and you're just like bonk, and she turns into a snake. And you roll her down the stairs. She's just coiling round the spiral staircase.
Slinky. Just
The
Yes, we cut her head off, before we throw her downstairs. Just
the
she might get better,
cut the head of the snake, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you want to do that, she can't resist.
It's probably a mercy. She probably hates herself at this point.
I mean, she got turned into a mutant. Yeah.
Could I like use this like situation to get like serpentine fealty from her before she turns back and realizes it's all full of shit?
She doesn't turn back though. It's permanent, right?
No,
It's
it's
an
only
hour.
for 1
It
hour.
was an hour. but
Oh, okay.
honestly, she's stunned for a round and she's a snake for an hour. Honestly, like you'd have to just wait there and be like, This
Well,
ain't
we
really
can
fair.
carry
I think
around. That's what I'm saying.
Rapier.
Yeah, we don't want to wait around here. We've got like xenophobic wankers around us.
I mean, everyone in the room, they're looking at like you, and especially you, Martin, and they're not sure what to do, but they are staying away. You just touched someone and turned, made them spineless.
I will put her out of her misery as humanely as I can
How do you do that?
Recruit her.
by stabbing her in the brain with my rapier.
Recruit her.
I have a feeling she won't be inclined to join your cause. But
No,
you just poke her in the head. I mean, I honestly like that does. I'm just gonna say that does the remaining 27 points of her health. The
I-
armor's
give
not
it
gonna
time.
apply.
Yes.
She's dead. She's dead. And all the rest of the knights in the room are looking at you, terrified and expectantly.
I'll say.
Like,
I know that's only
giving
the.
permission to run.
I'll say of all the time jumps I've done, that's still only the third time I've killed her.
I'll just kind of like take a step, like do a kind of like a where you flinch, kind of
Yeah.
step up to them, and like just like put my hand towards them, like
They just leg it. The door is. They just ram themselves through the door. The door doesn't even open that way. It opens the other way. And they're gone.
I think
They fall down the stairs.
I'll put a hand out to high five Varted and then think better of it. Like, actually, best not. Well done, though. Very good.
Back.
Turns into a crab.
Yeah, and then Vartan you go back to the device, and within little time you get it to do what you want. And as soon as you give the go ahead in your mind, which probably not right now,
no.
you can do it.
So what do we need to do with the pylon? What do we need to do with the pylon?
I mean, so what Vartan's going to do with the device is going to destroy this tower and everything in it.
Right.
Can we move Rusthaven on before that happens?
It'll
sure.
just do the tower.
Oh, yeah, but we don't want Rusthaven to stay here any longer, do we?
No, I mean I think you believe once the pylon's gone, Rusthaven will return as it should.
Excellent.
Well, we hope.
You're
Also,
pretty
if you
certain.
destroy the pylon, then Rusthaven can carry on bouncing around as it used to.
Yeah.
Well, may as well ditch
Are you-
the other as well then.
You can pretty much get into Rusthaven, then activate it, and it covers you, Rusthaven getting away and getting rid of the tower.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, let's do it.
Hmm.
So yeah, you head back down the stairs. Any guards you saw before, any knights, they're gone. They all ran. Like
What about,
some of them heard on the way down what happened from the other
Well-
ones. Just gone.
what about the one that tried?
Oh no,
grabbing his
he's
spike?
long gone.
Oh, because I was going to kill him.
No, the ones up top started running down. All the rest ran. They weren't standing around for whatever just happened.
They turned her into a human slinky. Run! Or a human doorstep. I don't know. Paperweight.
You meet Grand Knight Zalek at the bottom, who is like he's heard rumblings that what just happened moments ago, and yeah, how do you react to seeing Zalek, who let you up?
Especially since he didn't see me the first time, it's just the other guy comes down.
He looks at you and is like, "There were only. Where'd you come from?"
Magic.
Takes a step back.
So I'm going to be like, do we know that you've set a device, or have you not told anyone? We don't know, do we? We don't know that you've set a device. Oh, we'll go, well, the tower's all yours. Well, that's what I say. Tower's all
Yeah,
yours.
I haven't actually told anyone what I've done. So.
Tower's all yours. Enjoy. Enjoy your view, room with a view.
Well, at least if they try to use it, he'll know.
Okay. Rahira, give me a deception roll.
Why am I doing a deception roll?
He wants to see if you're trying to deceive him.
Well, I'm not trying to deceive him.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not lying. From my point of view, there is nothing wrong
It's
with the
true.
tower.
That's true. He might think you're trying to deceive him somehow, though.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Give me a roll anyway.
Well, How do I do it if I don't have the skill? What am I rolling?
Intellect.
Intellect.
Oh, brilliant. That's the fucking best roll ever. I've got 12 in it.
I mean, it doesn't matter what your pool is, though, unless you spend any points.
Difficulty?
I'm not telling you.
Alright, fuck you. Effort. Can I spend effort on this?
Actually, you have an inability in polite social interactions, so actually, I'm going to say you use this one.
Use
To
what
roll
one?
your polite social interactions.
If
You're
I just,
more likely to roll badly on that.
I'm more likely to roll badly on it.
You have an
Right.
inability in it.
Okay, whatever. Okay.
We can just not be polite about it. So.
He was like, you got a room with a view now. That's trying to be polite.
Fuck it. I'm just going to roll whatever.
Trying to be
Oh,
soft.
fuck
I
it.
rolled a
You got a
19.
minor effect. You got a minor
Hey.
effect. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I will head up.
Oh no.
We'll head to Rusthaven.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
You'll head
then,
to Rusthaven. So you can't get into Rusthaven, and the word has not travelled yet. There are still got like knights in front of it, but you did hear before from that Vashivok that they have a way in. Samron.
we'll go talk to him and get away in.
Yeah, you go to that house where you first met him. He's still there, whistling to himself. Like, it seems like he's trying to like whistle. Almost like he's looking out the window as if he's whistling at the wind. It's a bit.
Is he
Bit
trying
strange.
to whistle while he works? Yeah.
Yeah, you get in there and without any issue, Samron's like effectively worshipping you at this stage. You've done all this in such a short span of time, and Samron he knows he's not worthy to enter Rusthaven just yet, but he hopes
Tell you
that.
what, I'll make you worthy. Iron touch.
Is this a beneficial? Or...
It'll be a beneficial one though. Yeah.
let's do this.
Roll,
A beneficial corrosion. Yeah, give me the D100.
Where's that iron touch come from?
It's one of my abilities from the Embraces Chaos focus.
So a 19 is you give him bubble skin. Your body is studded with hard synth spheres that roll in their sockets, allowing you to slide and move along the ground as long as it's a hard, smooth surface. Escaping grapples is one step easier. Immediately, as he gets this bubble skin, he just like
Sips
pretends
and
he's a skateboard and just rolls down the
Yeah.
street,
Basically got
leading you straight to where, like, there's safe transport. And it's a device that will literally just teleport you inside.
It's like a bubble. Oh, okay. On a bit of string.
Yeah. If this is it, you could safely use a teleporter, get inside Rusthaven, and activate the beam. You you activate it with your mind, with a loud, actually very quiet. It's only like a few pieces crumbling here and there, but most of it's just straight disintegrated. But bright flash, the tower is gone, and a lot of the ground underneath it. You do, for a split moment, see a knight peering out of the window, and suddenly, curiously enough, they do not get disintegrated, but they just fall. And that is the end of the adventure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was great fun.
I'm never gonna like have a moment like invert ever again.
I'll clip that.
Instant snake.
Honestly, I couldn't really say anything about how she gets out, how she deals with that.
Yeah.
Because how
So
do
on-
you deal with that?
Yeah, losing a spine, like just instantly, like it generally is a bit of a tends to ruin most of your plans.
Literally, could Vartin have just completed the entire adventure on his own?
I mean, it was random what would have happened, but probably. I mean, to be fair, you each probably had your own ways of doing it alone, but
if way at the start, I thought I'd have gone. Actually, yeah, let's go up that tower and be invisible.
it would have been over in the first hour. It would have been very quick.
I wouldn't have even come back in time.
But yeah, I hope people had fun with it.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was
Yeah, I enjoyed
chaotic,
it.
most definitely. Not most serious games, nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So
games
I
didn't
generally do like a little quick wrap up where people can like say where, you know, if you're on Twitter or anything, you can get, you know, just let people know where they can find you. If you want people to follow you, you can just shout it out. And if you give me the information that you want put out, I will put it in the YouTube video when it goes live. I've got some of you. I think I've still got some of your information, Monty. I will double check.
Nothing's changed really. So.
Because it's been... Oh, maybe I haven't got you anymore. Do I
Mine's
not?
the same.
I mean, I'm grabbing it quick anyway.
I mean, it has been like a few years since you've been abound. I've got it on older videos. Okay, so we'll start. We'll start with J-Wall, so you'll get an idea. So J-Wall, why don't you tell where people can find you?
Hi, I'm Jael. I was GM for this, obviously. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, usually under the name Jael7Z because someone is always Jael instead of that. Yeah, I'm occasional GM, occasional writer, occasional streamer, occasional player. Yeah. There's not really much more to say for me, to be honest.
Thank you, Ian.
Oh, I'm just an old school player, so I just hang around on. I haven't got any Twitter or Facebook, so there you go.
Well, you like I said, everyone's welcome to stay on the Discord as well. You don't have to just disappear because we do Zoom hangouts every Tuesday, and Keith does one on every Thursday as well, especially during the lockdown.
And this won't be the one and only convention.
No, I think we're planning on doing at least once a year. So you know, it's always and people are always looking for players, and there's like the Discord set up for like trying to like help you find, you know, if you're trying to do a game, you can. Yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, if they can't, you know, if you don't use Twitter, they can find you on the Discord. Yeah, I've been nice. Jesse?
Hello. I'm Jesse, Raccoon with the Man on Twitter. Voice act. Always looking for work. I love voice acting video games, audiobooks, audio dramas, acting. I don't give a fuck. I need mun because, like, you know, COVID sucks.
It does. We're in tier 4. Christmas has been cancelled. Monty? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm Monty. You can find me online in Twitter and various other places as Dark Liquid. You can also find me on Drive Through RPG, where I've published a bunch of things as Dark Liquid Games. And that's it really.
Oh, I do still have you.
Yeah.
I have you under Dark, as in Dark Liquid. Perhaps I should change that. Okay, cool. Fucking hell, I thought I'd gone. Richard?
Hi, so I'm Richard Marpole, at rmarpole on Twitter. Very creative, that. And I am an RPG writer. You can find my stuff on the Midland stores and on Drive Through RPG. Bats of St Albans most recently, not out yet, and Folk Magic of the Haven Isles, which is out. I also have one 2-page RPG published so far on Drive Through RPG, which is Exquisite Crimes Goth Detectives. And you can see my reviews of RPGs and fantasy novels on Fantasy Faction.
Brilliant. As for me, just check out the social media stuff. We've got a Discord, as we said before, where people are welcome to hang out and talk about RPG stuff. And if you've been watching Mandalorian, we've got like an entire like spoiler riddled page of Mandalorian. Yeah, these VODs will go up on YouTube. So if you're not watching on Twitch, think about subbing to me on YouTube. But other than that, I'd like to thank everyone for playing. I'd like to thank everyone that came to the convention. It was mostly a well It mostly ran smoothly, I think. There was a
Yeah.
few
I mean,
issues.
it's the first one, and it'll get bigger and smoother over time.
Mostly smoothly is the best you can expect from a convention.
Yeah.
Anything, especially an online one.
But yeah, we will speak to you all later. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Guys.
Bye.